Hello! Yep, it's just me. Just popping up, no intro video, no music. Stripped down. Zach Milne Talks Live is happening tonight because tonight, guys, is our Q&A, just open community night. This is something I like to do at the beginning of the month, end of the month, middle of the month, somewhere in the months. So a day in the month, at least once a month. I love to just have a show where there's no predetermined topics, nothing set up to talk about necessarily. It's just you and me conversing, getting to know each other even more, just having a great time building this community, and getting a little bit more casual, a little bit more laid back. So welcome everybody who's watching. Welcome if this is your first time to Zach Milne Talks Live. Appreciate you being here. And of course, welcome to everybody who's joining, who has returned. Always an honor and a privilege to have you guys joining us as well. So let's not waste any time. Guys, this is an open book. This is movies, TV, questions about life, questions about my favorite kind of foods and my pops and my, I don't know why I just went to foods, but my favorite kind of anything, this, that, whatever you guys want to talk about, as long as it's appropriate. I mean, if it's not appropriate, I can skip over your question. I have the authority. I'm going to give myself the authority to do that. But anyway, guys, you know how the drill goes. We're here to talk about movies. We're here to have fun, talk about entertainment, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get into what you guys are saying in the chat, and we will start with Jay. What's going on, Jay Pylon? Thank you for being here tonight, my friend. He's saying thumbs up in the chat. Salute, Zach Milne. What's good, people? Well, hello to you too, my friend. Once again, thank you so much for being here. We got Toxic Gamer 331 in here as well. Olo Zach, hello, my friend. Thank you for being here, dude. You're such a big supporter of the channel, and I think I think I've said this before, but I think you've been here since like almost the start of these live streams. So I appreciate that a lot, dude, and it's great to have you here tonight. Toxic Gamer goes on to say, how's your day and week been? It's been all right. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't been like amazing. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. I've talked about it a little bit in these in the show a little bit. I have started a new job, switched jobs. I'm in my third week of this new job, so we're still in the adjustment phase. Very different from what I was doing. Very different. It's a very big change of pace, I should say. So that's been a little difficult this week, just be honest with you. And I'm not gonna lie, the job has not made YouTube harder, but it's definitely kind of changed the routine a little bit of how I did YouTube when I was at my other job. So that's been an adjustment as well. So yeah, overall, week's going decently. Let's put it that way. But I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're having a great week, my friend. Toxic Gamer goes on to say, are you going to be seeing Argyle this week? I am planning to. I can't say for sure that I will, because every time I say that I am going to go see something, it ends up being postponed or something happens with my vehicle, which car troubles is not a thing of the past, my friend. My car is acting up. Stupid car. But no, my car is working okay so far. But yeah, I'm planning on seeing it on Friday. That is the plan, is to see it Friday. Hopefully have a review up Friday night or Saturday, as usually what happens. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for Argyle. I really like Matthew Vaughn as a director. I think the trailers have looked a lot of fun. They look silly, wacky. Kind of looks like right up my alley, to be honest with you. I think the trailers have been a blast. I'm hesitant a little bit now, though, because the reviews are coming out. And first of all, the reviews are coming out like the day before the movie opens, which is never a good sign that they waited that long to get the word of mouth out. The studio did. Not a great sign. Also, the reviews have not been great. I was looking at a couple actually just before we started the show, and I think the Rotten Tomatoes score is at 39%. Actually, you know what? Let's check that. I want to get an update on that. Just so I'm not talking out of my butt. Argyle, Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what they're saying. It says, and the verdict is 37%. Oh, so it went down. It's lower than when I looked last time, because it was 39% when I looked last time. See, that disappoints me, though. Like, that disappoints me, because I mean, look, I might still really enjoy it. I might still really like this movie. I'm hoping that I still really like this movie. I'm going to give it a shot for sure. But that just kind of takes the wind out of your sails sometimes, doesn't it? What are they saying? Let's see here. Someone said, what went wrong? It's probably just plain old exhaustion. Argyle marks the fifth film that Vaughn's made in this mode. Okay, so if someone's not a fan of his style, that's their problem, not mine. There's far too much CGI. It goes on for half an hour longer than even the most tolerant Bond fan will allow, and yet Howard is so irrepressibly charming that Argyle proves hard to wholly resist. Okay, so that's like a mixed review. That's not fully rotten. What's this positive one saying? Maybe Argyle isn't about as much of anything. Even the Kingsman movies tried to tackle subjects like war, drugs, and climate change. But it's an appealing ride that checks all the light boxes and goes well with a bucket of popcorn. Okay, so it sounds like I'm going to enjoy this. Honestly, even the Rotten Tomatoes score, or even the Rotten reviews, sorry, don't seem horrible, at least the ones that I'm reading here. So I'm going to have hope. I'm going to have hope. The score, not great, but I'm going to keep my optimism up. I'm going to go on Friday. I'm going to walk in proudly, and I'm going to be excited. That's how I want to view Argyle. Whoops, I went to the wrong one. Where did we go? We go to this one. This is the one. This is where you guys are, and that's where I want to be. Nathan Random Movies, what's going on? Nathan, thanks for joining us, man. Says, hi, Zach. What will you be seeing in February? I'm planning on Argyle, Orion, and the Dark. Orion and the Dark. I haven't even heard of that. Lisa Frankenstein, Barb Marley, and Madam Web. Look, I'm going to be seeing Madam Web. It's going to happen. Whether or not I'm going to enjoy Madam Web, that's still up for debate, but I'm going to be seeing Madam Web. As far as the other one goes, Lisa Frankenstein, let me just look that one up real quick. Lisa Frankenstein is one that I was actually kind of interested in. It looks like a dark comedy. It also kind of looks like a CW show, which I said that on the last show, and someone commented that I was rude to the movie, which I don't see why they they thought I was rude to the movie for saying that. But I'm optimistic about it. Let's see here. They're showing Deadpool 3 is in February. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not that impressed, I would say, with the movie calendar this year. Yeah, there's some good stuff coming out. There's some good stuff that looks like it's coming out, but I don't know. I think last year was just, it spoiled us so much. Like, weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend, there was some big, huge franchise movie, some big event movie coming out. Like, every weekend, I felt like there was something to look forward to. Granted, it's only just going to be February tomorrow, so it's not like this year has had much time to amp up to that. But even last January, I feel like I saw more than I did this January. Maybe that's a lot. Maybe I'm just like not remembering correctly. But yeah, as far as movies in February, definitely Argyle. I'm gonna look up what that Orion in the Dark is, and Lisa Frankenstein and Madam Web are definitely ones I'm probably gonna check out. But and then we'll have some surprises here and there that aren't even on my radar, or that I can't remember, at least at the moment. So we'll see. We got The View with Drew. What's going on, Drew? Thanks for joining us. He says, hey, everyone, what's up? What's going on, Drew? It's good to have you in here, my friend. Dakota Man Movies, what's going on, dude? Thanks for joining us. He says, hi, Zach. What was your favorite movie of January? I didn't see much, but out of the movies I saw, I liked Self-Reliance the most. I'm going to do a cop-out here, and I'm going to say Ted the series was the best thing I watched in January. January sucked for me, guys. I only saw 3 movies. Let me pull them up on Letterboxd just so I have my memory right. I watched in January Night Swim. Terrible. ISS, not terrible, but definitely disappointing. Not nearly as good or intriguing as I thought it was going to be, especially with the premise that they set up. And then I've seen Role Play, which I don't even know if you guys have heard of Role Play. It's on Amazon. I watched it with the family. Worst movie of the year so far. Kaylee Cuoco, she's like this assassin, double life, hiding it from her husband. Horrible movie. It was so bad. It was so boring. The pacing was terrible, and it had like the worst final act shootout I've ever seen in a movie. Like, it was horrible. So I haven't seen one good new movie yet. I swear. I have not watched a movie yet this year that I've liked. That's concerning. I'm hoping Argyle will change that, but so far it has not been great. But Self-Reliance, I don't know if I've seen that. Is that from 2024? Because if so, I haven't seen that one. Enviro Earth 2, what's going on, dude? Thanks for joining us. I know it's really early, late, whatever you want to call it, where you are. So I really appreciate you being here, dude. I know it's like 3 a.m. for you right now. That's crazy. So I appreciate you, dude, so much for being here. You say, happy February, everyone. Yeah, I guess where you are, it is February. So not quite February yet for me, but to those that it is, happy February, you guys. The View with Drew says, excellent news, Zach. Today is my birthday. Me and my family celebrated, and I got some good movies and Lego sets. Well, happy birthday, my friend. That's amazing. I hope you have a great year. Thank you for choosing to join us on your birthday, dude. That's a real honor. Thank you so much. Whoops. Where are we going? Enviro Earth 2 says, who is your favorite TV actor and who is your favorite movie actor? I mean, I don't know if I even have an answer for that anymore. What it used to be was my favorite TV actor used to be Matthew Perry. You know what? I'm gonna stick with that. My favorite TV actor is Matthew Perry. Chandler, favorite character. R.I.P. To Matthew Perry. So Matthew Perry is my favorite TV actor. It could also be Michael J. Fox, but Michael J. Fox is kind of more my favorite. Well, I don't know, man. He did Family Ties. Spin City is super underrated of his performance. But is he my favorite movie actor? Because it used to be Jim Carrey. I used to adore Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey used to be my guy, my man. I used to impersonate the man in drama class in high school. I used to just basically do Jim Carrey for every skit I ever did. Every laugh I ever got in drama class in high school was for Jim Carrey. So it used to be Jim Carrey. Nowadays, though, my favorite movie actor, like I really like Zac Efron, but he just doesn't do enough good stuff. I'm hoping The Iron Claw is a big turnaround for him. I'm hoping The Iron Claw could be the next era of Zac Efron, but now they've got this movie coming out called Ricky Stinky? What the heck is that movie called? He's got some stupid Amazon. I swear, they probably shot this thing with John Cena and Zac Efron back in like 2020 before they became big names in acting. Is John Cena a big name in acting? I don't know. Before they started giving better performances, and they've held on to this movie, and now it's coming out on Amazon. What is it called? Zac Efron, Ricky Stinky? Ricky Staninky. Ricky Staninky. That's what it's called. Do you guys see the trailer for this thing? This looks horrible to me. I watched it with my brother. He found the trailer funny, so there's definitely going to be an audience for it, but I don't know, man. I'm just like, after The Iron Claw, I was really hoping that we were going to get like more like dramatic turns from Zac Efron, that this would be a turning point in his career, because he was fantastic in The Iron Claw, and now we've got this movie coming out, and hey, I'll check it out. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it'll be entertaining, but I saw the trailer for this, and I was just like, this brings me back to like Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates and Baywatch Zac Efron, and that's not the Zac Efron I'm interested in seeing right now, especially after The Iron Claw. So I love the guy. Loved him since I first saw him in High School Musical. Probably since I first saw him in the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode that he guest starred in. But as far as favorite actor goes, like, he just doesn't have enough good stuff that I can put him in there. I really like Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's fantastic. I love the performances he brings. Yeah, favorite actor, dude. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one, because there's so many good ones that depends on the day. You know, it really does depend on the day. Because even Andrew Garfield sometimes is my favorite actor. But that's usually like, if I see a new Andrew Garfield movie and I watch a fresh new performance from Andrew Garfield, then I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love Andrew Garfield. I forgot how much I love Andrew Garfield. Then I go on to the next movie, and then, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love Leonardo DiCaprio. He's fantastic in Killers of the Flower Moon. And then I go on. So it depends on the mood. It depends on the day. But those are a couple ideas. The stupid Ricky trailer is still playing for me. I'm going to get this off my computer. Oh, man. I hope it's good. I just don't have any faith in it. I really don't. I didn't think it looked good. All right. Anyways, Enviro 2 goes on to say, rank all the Spider-Man movies. That's so hard, because how many Spider-Man movies are there? I can't remember off the top of my head. Rankings are hard to do in live. Well, first of all, it's hard to do it live in general, but it's hard to do it when it's just like thrown into the live chat, because my brain's just not there. This is giving me all the This is giving me the Avengers movies. This is giving me this is giving me Across the Spider-Verse. I don't know. Let's see here. We'll pull this up and we'll see if I can do this. If it takes too long, we'll stop. But these are the Spider-Man movies that it's pulling up for me. So you got Raimi's Spider-Man is definitely okay. So if we're going top to bottom, I'm gonna put Amazing Spider. This is a controversial. I put the Amazing Spider-Man at the bottom. I just do not like how they do the origin story. I really don't. I think it's fumbled. And if you don't have Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker in that movie and the chemistry of Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, I really don't think that movie's that great. The Lizard is horrible. I don't care what anyone says. Like, the setup is okay, but once he becomes the Lizard, the movie has no idea what to do with him, and then he just like inexplicably becomes like psycho and wants to turn everyone into lizards. I don't think the movie's very good. So Amazing Spider-Man's at the bottom, followed by Spider-Man 3. I'll put that there. Then I'll probably go. I don't even think Spider-Man. Oh, is Spider-Man 3 even up here? I don't even know. So Spider-Man 3. Then I'd probably go Amazing Spider-Man 2. Shoot, where are we at? Oh yeah, Spider-Man 3 is up there. Okay, so then we would probably want to go. I'd probably go Far From Home. Then I'd probably go Into the Spider-Verse. Then I'd probably go. Where am I at? Homecoming, maybe. Or no, man, I don't know. Homecoming, No Way Home, Across the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, Raimi 1, Spider-Man 2. Is that all of them? I don't know if that's all of them. That's the best I can do now, man. Without sitting down and making a list and making an actual video, that's the best I can do for now. I apologize, man. But I appreciate the question, dude. Frisky's in here. What's going on, Frisky? Thanks for being here, my friend. We got Luke Ponto. What's going on, Luke? Thanks for being here, my friend. Says, what's up, Zach? My dude. Well, what's up, my dude? Thanks for being here. Kenny Sparks, my friend Ken. What's going on, dude? Thanks for being here. Hope you're enjoying your break from YouTube. I don't know if you're still on your break. I just saw that you were taking a break. But I've been seeing you posting. So I don't know. Maybe those are scheduled posts. But hope you're doing well, my friend. That's the bottom line. Invite Earth 2 says, nice Spider-Man shirt. Well, thank you, man. This is one of my favorites. You can actually watch. I used to do these things, these Blu-ray pickup videos where I would go and pick up a new Blu-ray. And when I went to pick up Spider-Man Far From Home, that's where I bought this shirt. So you can watch me buy this shirt in real time. If you go find that video. I think it's just called Taking Home Far From Home. Clever title, am I right? Anyways, after that self-promotion, Dakota Man Movies, what's going on? What are your thoughts on Daredevil Born Again becoming Daredevil Season 4? Honestly, it makes sense. Like, I was saying this, I think I said this on the show a couple of weeks ago, but to me it makes sense because, first of all, I didn't watch the Daredevil Netflix shows, so I want to go into Daredevil Born Again as the newbie. I want to be the one who can be like, does this work for the casual audience or the MCU fan that hasn't watched Netflix shows? How well is it integrated? That's not the right word. How well do they cross over with the MCU to the point where I'm not confused? So I haven't seen any of the Netflix shows, but the fact that you have people who were fans of the Netflix shows, and some of those fans of the Netflix shows weren't necessarily fans of the MCU or didn't care as much about the MCU. I mean, I would say majority of the fans who watched the Daredevil show on Netflix did like the MCU, but for those who didn't, if you bring the Daredevil that is still Charlie Cox and the Kingpin that is still D'Onofrio into the MCU, they're the same actors playing the same characters, but you make the show different tonally and the characters different. The fans that grew the fandom that grew over those 3 seasons of Daredevil, they're going to come into this show. That's your audience, essentially, that you really want to please. And if they don't think it's as good or feels the same as the Netflix shows, they're going to bail, and you're going to get all these mean comments, and Twitter's going to go crazy anyways, but you're making something that's going to be bad worse without needing to make it worse. So the fact that they've gone back to the drawing board, they've scrapped everything that they had going on, and now it looks like they're bringing in the other characters from the Netflix show. It looks like they're continuing from the Netflix show. That's just going to make the Netflix fans happier. And if you can still deliver a good show that is accessible to the person who didn't watch Netflix shows like myself, then you're just going to have the best of both worlds. We'll see if they can pull it off. We'll see if they can do it. But those are my thoughts on it. I think it's a good idea. One of our beloved channel members, The Ace Avenue. What's going on, Aces? Thank you for being here, my friend. He says, what's up, man? What's going on, dude? Definitely check out this guy's channel, guys. If you haven't checked him out, fantastic dude, sorry. Invite Earth 2, your top 3 celebrity crushes. Don't get the wife mad is what you see. People did this. I think this was a couple weeks, maybe it was last week, I can't remember, but people did this. They tried to get me in trouble with my wife by making me name all these celebrity crushes. I'll give you the one that my wife knows about. It's been my celebrity crush forever, Rachel McAdams. I can give you that one. My wife already knows about it. She's not going to get mad. If I start naming off these new women, I'm going to open that door. She's going to be standing there like, so, you like this girl now, huh? And I'm going to have to sit there like, it was a question. I have to answer the chat questions. Not falling into it, dude. She knows my celebrity crush is Rachel McAdams, so that's the one that you get. I just saw, where did I just see that? Where'd that go? Wait, where am I? Oh my goodness, I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong window. That's not what I want to do. I want to go down here. There we go. Look at that. We got Michael Anthony, 2 months of being a member. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here for 2 months as a member. He says, hey, Zach, sorry I couldn't make it to the last live stream. Wanted to know your thoughts on Super 8. I personally think it's a forgotten masterpiece. Honestly, Super 8 has the misfortune of coming out. Well, how's the best way to phrase? Because it didn't come out close to Stranger Things, but it came out in movie form. It was kind of an underrated movie. Not many people saw it, but it's very similar to kind of what Stranger Things does. And then Stranger Things came out and it became this phenomenon because most people saw Stranger Things first. Like I saw Stranger Things first before I saw Super 8. Super 8 kind of gets looked at as a Stranger Things ripoff, even though I'm pretty sure Super 8 came first. So it's honestly been years since I've seen Super 8, but I remember enjoying it quite a bit. I don't remember loving it. I don't remember really liking the third act of it all, but I remember liking the setup. I have to go back and watch that movie again for sure. But yeah, definitely Stranger Things kind of came and blew it out of the water, unfortunately. So no one really talks about it anymore. We also got the Ace Avenue members gifted 1 Zach Milne membership. Thank you so much, dude. Looks like Travis Mitchell got the membership. So that was very kind of you, the Ace. Thank you so much, dude. Where are we at? We're at the Ace Avenue. Once again, goes on to say, what inspired you to start your channel? Yeah, I mean, there was. It's probably all the same influences that inspired you. I mean, Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, the Schmoes Know, Collider, John Campia. Just like I grew up watching those guys all throughout pretty much middle school through high school. And I talk movies. Like I talk movies like the way I talk movies with you guys just in life. Not everyone cares though is the thing. So I had many people in high school. We needed to do this so that we could continue being your friend. We needed to learn how to do this so that we could keep talking to you. Which honestly is pretty oh crap, I think the OBS just disconnected. OBS is reconnected. Okay, so we should be up here pretty soon. We should be back. Okay, it looks like we're back. OBS disconnected for a minute. I've never had that happen before. That's weird. But yeah, no, so they told me like we needed you, or we needed to learn to do this so that we could continue talking to you. So this has always been something that has been on my mind since middle school, but I didn't want to start it in middle school and high school. And then what ended up happening was those friends, you know, when you graduate, we would go down separate paths. We weren't seeing each other as much. I wasn't able to have these movie conversations with people as much. And then eventually those friends moved away. And then that movie conversation was just gone. So at that point, it was like, it's the channel or nothing at this point. Like my brother's in the movies. I got my brother indoctrinated into movies at a very young age. I brought him up in that way. So we talk about movies all the time. But other than my brother, there's not really anyone that does that. So YouTube became that outlet. YouTube just kind of, because of Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns and all those people that I've been watching for years, I was like, I want to do that. I want to try it, and tried it back in 2019. And actually, you know what? I forgot to even do anything for the channel with this, but we crossed 5 years on this channel on January 18th. I totally forgot about it. I should have had something planned. I should have done some more, but I didn't. So, hey guys, happy 5 years. Happy 5 years to the channel. It's pretty crazy. 5 years. But, you know, I've loved every second of it, and it's been amazing to see where it's gone. Kenny Sparks says, just popping in to say hi. Gotta run. It's my wife's birthday and I don't want to get in trouble. I may be back later. Yes, dude. Okay, definitely go to your wife's birthday. Please do not get in trouble by staying here with us fools. Don't do that. And I hope that, first of all, happy birthday to your wife. And I hope that she has a lovely birthday, and I hope that you guys have a lovely time. So great to see you in here, Ken. Thanks for stopping by. Dakota Man Movie says, have you been watching the Percy Jackson show? I enjoy it. Not my favorite. No, I haven't gotten around to it. I have been up to my eyeballs in Godzilla movies. So I'll let you guys know kind of what's happening. If you follow me on Letterboxd, I've been kind of like giving my thoughts, not really reviews, but giving my thoughts on each Godzilla movie as I've been watching them. I'm going through them chronological order. What I'm planning on doing, and I started this back in January, but I just got to a point where I needed to take a break because these older Godzilla movies, dude, some of them are so rough to get through. But what I'm planning on doing is I want to rank every Godzilla movie once Godzilla vs. Kong comes out, and that was coming out April 26th, and now they've moved the release date up to March 29th. So I gotta get rolling because my schedule of how I was going to watch these, I mean, that got crunched. When that release date got moved up, I had to crunch everything forward. So I've been up to my eyeballs in Godzilla movies recently. And so I haven't been watching the Percy Jackson show. I watch Ted when I get a chance because it comes out weekly on Amazon here in Canada. Other than that, I'm watching Godzilla. So that's what I've been doing. But I do plan on getting on the Percy Jackson show because I've heard a lot of great things about it. A lot of people have recommended it to me. So I definitely want to check it out. Lagan Leland, what's going on, Lagan Leland? Thanks for joining us, my friend. Says, opinions on Kung Fu Panda 4. They haven't made a bad one yet, but this fourth one doesn't look the best. I'm excited for it. I've enjoyed the trailers. I think the trailers look kind of cute, kind of fun. I don't think the Kung Fu Panda movies are, I don't want to say they're not fantastic because I really like them. I think they're a very underrated animated trilogy, but it's not like they were, cultural phenomenons. Let's put it that way. And I think that the fourth film just has to be fun, just has to be consistently good like the rest of the trilogy is. And as long as I get that, I'll be happy. As long as it's not a stink ball, I'll be happy. And so far with the trailers, it looks fun enough. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be great. Enviro2 says, do you support a football, soccer team? My team is Chelsea. I don't pay attention to any sports, to be honest with you, which is one of the big sins of mine as a Canadian is that I don't follow hockey. Couldn't care less about hockey. Broke my dad's heart, but he had to learn at a very at my young age that he wasn't going to have a son who was into hockey, and I just never got into it. I don't even know why I'm in Canada. I should be deported or something. Like I shouldn't be allowed in here. I don't pay any attention to hockey. I just don't care about any kind of. I just never got into sports. Never got it. Like people would ask me. It's funny because I have people that are like crazy into sports, like just insane, and they would ask me sometimes, or they point out like, why do you care about studios? Like, why do you care about what this studio is doing, what this studio is doing, and movies and all this kind of stuff? And I remember just looking at them being like, you care what some rando is doing on a team that you're not even a part of. When a team loses, you say, we lost. You did nothing. You didn't lose. You watched TV. You went to the stadium and you watched people on a field do activities for a couple hours, and then they didn't win their game, and so all of a sudden you lost. That always was baffling to me. I was like, no, you didn't. You didn't lose. I just don't understand sports. I just never got into it. Is basically the point of it. But anyways, now that I've probably ticked off a lot of you guys because I think I just insulted sports fans, which isn't a good thing to do. Let's move on. Old Maddie, what's going on, dude? Thanks for joining us. He says, woohoo, hope everyone is well. Love this channel. Well, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that kind words. I appreciate the support always, man. Enviro2 says, I dressed up as a panda bear on my birthday. That's amazing, dude. Was that in honor of Kung Fu Panda? I hope it was. In my head canon, it's going to be. Michael11591, what's going on, Michael? Thanks for joining us, my friend. He says, hey, Zach, what's up? Just having a great old community night with you guys, talking, hanging out. It's fantastic. Enviro2 says, do you think Drake and Josh will ever make up? Well, that's tricky. That is tricky, because obviously I don't know I believe they've talked. Let's put it that way. Here's the thing, is when all that stuff came out, Josh Peck lied. I mean, the receipts are there. You can't say he didn't, honestly. I mean, he has videos of him and Drake up on his YouTube channel that are no less, well, I guess they're 4 years old now. He said they haven't spoken in years. Drake Bell had videos up on Instagram with the two of them. Josh Peck had videos of Drake Bell with him on Vine at the time, so they stayed connected. So I've definitely followed that. I've heard Drake's side of the story. I've heard Josh's. It breaks my heart to think that they won't ever make up. But I know from Drake's point of view, he is very much willing to forgive Josh. He's very hopeful that they will make up. He still has Josh's number. He talked on his the one and only episode of his podcast he did with his ex-wife. I guess it's his ex-wife now. That was never really confirmed. He talked about how when Josh's book came out, he texted Josh and congratulated him, and that was after Josh had told people that they were no longer friends. So Drake was obviously still reaching out. I'm sure Josh responded, probably talking about, "Hey, it's PR. I gotta watch my image," because Josh Peck is starting to come up a little bit. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. I mean, you probably saw Oppenheimer. He's the one who pushes the button. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That is quite the role to have. And Josh Peck, he seems to be popping up a lot more recently. He's starting to make his way into the more, well, let's see here. I would say Josh Peck was a D-list actor. I would say he's bumping up to maybe a C or an A list, or not a C, maybe creeping up to a B list actor at this point. So his career is starting to do a little bit more than it was when it was dormant. He was just like on Vine and YouTube all the time. And I know he has a podcast now, but he definitely has an image to protect at this point. And Drake was found guilty for child endangerment. He got blown out of proportion. But, well, that's a whole different topic. So I understand why he felt like he needed to do that, tell the world that they weren't friends and he had no connections whatsoever to Drake Bell anymore. But I don't believe, personally, I don't believe it's the end. I think, I don't know, 5 years from now, within 5 years, I just feel like something's going to happen, whether Drake pops up randomly on Josh's YouTube channel again or something. I don't know. Once the dust settles, I believe that we will see them reunite. But that's just my hope. I don't know them as people. Maybe Josh is officially just over everything. Because he doesn't seem to like Drake and Josh all that much. He seems very cynical about the whole thing. I saw a super chat come in here, so I just want to make sure I acknowledge that. Who was that? Oh, my buddy. It was Zach Attack Reviews. What's going on, Zach? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, dude. That was so nice of you. Says, you have a fantastic live show each week. What advice would you give someone who has a live show or wants to start one covering entertainment? Ooh, an advice for a live show. I think you got to love it. I think not that you have to love it, but understand that it's not going to, first of all, go smoothly the first couple times, and you just got to get through that. You just got to break through it and accept that you're going to have technical difficulties. You're going to be live, and you're going to say the wrong thing, or you're going to fumble your words, or you're going to look like an idiot, or your mic isn't going to be on for the first 10 minutes of your stream, and the audience is going to yell at you in the chat before you even notice. You just have to accept those things. You have to accept that it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be a commitment. Definitely, if you're wanting to do a live show every week, it is a commitment. And honestly, it is a lot of fun. I love it. I look forward to it every week. But it's also I don't know. What's the best way to put it? It's an energy-given thing, okay? So, especially if you're someone, like, I'll speak for myself, right? Go to work for the full day, 40 hours a week you go to work, and then you have errands to run, and I have a wife, and I have a family, and all that stuff, right? So there's things in life that's going on. So if I want to cover the entertainment news, like, I have to every week, like, starting from Thursday to Tuesday evening, constantly be checking the news, see what's getting updated, make a list, look into news articles, read the posts, read the updates, read the articles, all that kind of stuff. And that's time consuming. It is time consuming to put together a live show. It just is. And then you got to get the graphics, and you have to find the time to do that. And that's another energy given thing, and that's another exhausting thing. So I would definitely recommend not committing weekly right away, maybe. Definitely do a couple, see how you like it. When you have time, put one together, see if it's something you enjoy. And if you're willing to put in that much work consistently on a weekly basis, it's a great time. It's so much fun. I really enjoy it. And something that's great for YouTube as well, especially with the entertainment show. And you guys will notice that I do this for the channel. And this is something that's not, like, tons of channels do this. I personally got it from John Campia. Is structure your live show in a way that, first of all, structure it so that you're not just popping up on here with nothing planned. Because odds are, especially for your first couple shows, you're gonna have to build the audience, and it's gonna be a little bit before your chat gets filled up completely. So if you're just popping up here like live Q&A, ask me anything, and you've got like 2 people watching, chances are your chat's going to be very, very slow, especially at the start. So definitely make sure you have something planned, whether it's a topic you're going to talk about for the first half an hour while the chat gets filled up, whether it's this, whether it's that. Just make sure you have something and structure it in a way that you can make individual videos out of it, because then that way when you clip them out and you put them up as individual videos, the YouTube algorithm, it promotes live streams differently than it promotes videos. So you could be getting a completely different audience being recommended your replay of the live stream than the audience that's getting recommended the videos. And whether that video does 5 views, whether that video does 20, whether that video does 100 views that you clipped out of the live show, that's still 5, 20, 100 more views than you had before. So that's something I would definitely recommend is, try out a couple first before you commit weekly. See if you like it. Work on your skills of it. Understand that you're going to have problems, and just just watch your stream back, at least parts of your stream back, and find something you can do better each time. Just make a little note, like, I didn't like the way that graphic looked, so I'm going to change the graphic next time. I didn't like how I ended that segment. I don't like saying that particular phrase, so I'm going to take that phrase out. Like, just something that will improve it each time. You'll get better and better over time by doing so, and also try to watch it through the eyes of an audience member and see if it's something that would entertain you and something that you would want to watch live. And that's not going to mean like everybody's going to watch you live, because obviously I'm not for everybody. Some of you guys get completely bored out of your mind by what I do, and some of you guys really enjoy it. And to those who really enjoy it, I really do appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate you asking for the advice, Zach. That was very nice of you. I definitely don't feel like someone who's what's the right word, in a position or worthy of giving the advice. But I don't know. That's an honor. It's an honor to be asked, dude. So thank you very much. And hopefully I've helped someone else out, or maybe I've just, talked your ear off and you got nothing from it. That's okay too. Wow, you guys are killing this chat. Back up to where we were. We got Dakota Man Movies saying the reviews I've seen for Argyle have been, it's a fun time. Too long, but a fun time. That's all I want, dude. Just give me a fun time. That's all I'm looking for. Brandon Hornsby. Well, thank you for joining us, Brandon Hornsby. Great to have you here. Argyle seems like a fun film. I'm hoping I can watch it soon. Yeah, it comes out on Friday here. I don't know where you are. I don't know when it comes out when you are. But for me here in Canada, it's Friday. Well, technically it's tomorrow, but I have Bible study tomorrow. So it's Friday for me. Enviro2 says, do you think buying DVD box sets are worth it? Depends. Do you think they are? Look, if you're asking like specifically DVD, personally for me, the thing with DVD is they're cheaper. Definitely cheaper than Blu-rays. But if you care about getting the best picture and best sound quality, then definitely go Blu-ray. But if you just want to save a buck and you don't really, because the difference between DVD and Blu-ray, I think is a big difference, but DVD is also not horrible to look at. I prefer to look at Blu-ray. I prefer to look at HD, but DVD is watchable. So if you want to get a DVD instead of a Blu-ray and you want to save a couple bucks, that's totally fine. But if if you're going to buy a box set, because those go for like, I don't know, at least $80 to $100, a couple $100. Do you love the franchise enough? Do you just want it sitting on your shelf? Because look, I have box sets. I have a Superman Legacy box set up there. It's not the new James Gunn movie, but it's like it's from Superman the movie all the way to, I think, Superman Returns. I think it goes up to there. I don't know. Anyways, it's a box set that's been sitting on my shelf. I haven't watched a single Blu-ray in it. I just haven't found the time. Even though the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 is in there and I haven't seen that yet and I really want to check it out, I just haven't put it in. That box set has just been sitting up there. It's basically just decoration. And I like it. I like owning it. It's fun to own. But if you don't think that having something sit on your shelf for decoration in a room, at least in my particular instance, in a room that is hardly ever visited by people, this is mostly just for me, then it's probably not worth it. Probably not worth the couple $100 that you could, put towards food or something else. But yeah, it all depends on if you think it's worth it. I think it is. As a collector, I think it's fun. As long as you don't go bankrupt from it. excuse me, Tyler Calvert. What's going on, Tyler? Thanks for joining us, dude. It's an honor to have you here. It's the second half of Argyle they hid from the trailers. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, it looks really fun, but then the second half is like the worst. Speaking of trailers, have you guys noticed that Madam Web has only had one trailer? Usually at this point, because the movie comes out on February 14th, so it's like 2 weeks away. We're like 2 weeks away from Madam Web opening, and we've had one trailer. And dude, some of the stuff that Dakota Johnson is saying about Madam Web is like, where is her PR team and why aren't they duct taping her mouth shut? Some of the stuff she is saying is insane that she's saying this on the press circuit. I cannot believe it. Michael115991 says, I'm seeing Argyle tomorrow night. Awesome, dude. That's amazing. Travis Mitchell. What's going on, Travis Mitchell? Our newly beloved channel member. He was gifted a channel membership. So welcome, dude. Thank you for being a channel member. He says, my neighbor's pug legit said Argyle once. Your pug dog once said Argyle? Wow, that's impressive. Should have gotten it on camera. You could have become rich and famous. Probably not, but you like to dream. Toxic Game with 51 says, watching Badland Hunters at the same time as watching you. Well, I'm honored to be a part of your multitasking, dude. That's amazing. Envire Earth 2 says, Andrew Garfield will cameo in Madam Web post-credit scene. Joking. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, the rumor is that, well, there's a couple rumors. The rumor is that Sony made this in the 90s with the intention of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man being the Spider-Man for it. Then Andrew Garfield didn't sign on, so they got rid of all the 90s stuff because it no longer made sense. And the other rumor is that they want to get Andrew and Tobey back for Spider-Man 4, which I think is ridiculous. But I don't think they're going to get... I don't think Andrew Garfield will be in a cameo in Madam Web. I will be shocked. I know you said joking, so I know you weren't taking it seriously, but I like to expand on those thoughts. I will be shocked to my core if Andrew Garfield showed up. But it also might save the movie, so we'll see. Trev's Movie says, hi, Zach. It's been a while. Well, thank you for being back here, Trev. It's great to have you. It's an honor to have you back. We've missed you over here, dude, so it's great to have you in here. Schofield Studio, speaking of someone we missed, what's going on, man? It's been a little bit. Glad to see you in here, dude. Hope you're doing well. Says, are you excited for Godzilla X Kong? After watching all these Godzilla movies, I'm both more excited and less excited because these older movies with people in suits throwing toys around, basically, I'm so looking forward to the technology of today with Godzilla and the fighting that's going to happen with him and Kong and Scar King. Really looking forward to that, but I'm also probably going to be very Godzilla out. Let's put it that way. I'll be very exhausted on Godzilla when Godzilla X Kong comes out. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks like a fun time, but I don't know if these Godzilla movies are helping or harming. Brandon Hornsby says, honestly, the only movie this year I'm really, really looking forward to is Deadpool 3. Yeah, that's the only one that makes me go, Deadpool 3, baby! Yeah! So excited. That's the only one that gets my blood pumping. Well, I mean, a lot of people would say that for Dune 2, but I haven't seen Dune 1, so maybe it will, maybe it won't. Travis Mitchell says, hope you're doing well. Love the Spider-Man shirt. Well, thank you, dude. I always find it funny when people say they love what you have and you, like, say thank you as if, like, you had anything to do with it. Like, I just bought this from Walmart. I didn't make it. I didn't do anything for it. So I'm glad you like it, dude, because I liked it too. Envire Earth 2 says, Joker 2 people are forgetting about or just, like, not bothered about, but I am. Envire Earth 2, sorry. Joker 2 people are forgetting about. Oh, Joker 2. People are forgetting about it or just not bothered about it, but I am. Oh, yeah, some people are forgetting about Joker 2. I mean, Joker 2's conversation will really start to ramp up once we get a trailer for it. Because right now it's very much like, okay, it's a musical, but not fully a musical. What exactly are they doing with Joker 2? So I'm excited for Joker 2. I'm more cautiously curious about Joker 2 than I would say excited, I guess, but well, I mean, it's in my top 10 most anticipated movies, so I'm pretty excited for it. But my excitement will definitely be determined if it goes up or down based on that first trailer. Trev's Movie says, best thing I've watched in January is Has Been Hotel on Amazon Prime. I have not seen that, but I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. Jared Runner says, hey, Zach. Hello, Jared. What's going on, dude? Thanks for joining us, my friend. It's been a while since I've seen you in here, dude, so it's great to have you in here. Toxic Gamer 331 says Bob Marley, One Love. I can't wait for the main actor. Seems like he's going to get an Oscar. Yeah, Bob Marley, One Love looked pretty good. When does that comes out in February, right? I'm pretty sure that comes out. I saw the trailer for that before I saw ISS or Night Swim. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it looked good. It looked good. I don't know anything about Bob Marley, but I'm in for it, dude. Enviro2 says do a Jim Carrey impression. Oh man, dude, it's gonna go horribly because I don't do it very often anymore. I can't even do it. I'm too oh man, what would even be a Jim Carrey impression that I could do? You know what? I can't. I'm sorry. I know you requested, but I can't do it. Maybe I'll work on it and bring it back next week. The Lawrence Report says love Jim. Yeah, Jim Carrey, man. He's the dude. Travis Mitchell says Michael J. Fox's Michael J. Fox show was actually really good, though it was canceled after one season. Yeah, I watched. It only had like 6 episodes, I think. I watched that when it aired on TV. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite thing that he'd done, but I definitely appreciated it at the time. And it was like one of the last things Michael J. Fox really did as an actor, so it's kind of special in that way now too. But no, I definitely prefer some of his old, like him on Spin City and on Family Ties, like his sitcom. I don't know. I'm a sitcom laugh track guy. Like I don't know if it's just because I grew up with that. The laugh track stuff has never bothered me. Like it's almost like background noise to me. The laughing. Like some people, they really pick up on it and it bothers them when they're watching the show. I've never had that issue. I've always thought that I don't know. They always worked fine for me. And some of my favorite shows are from the sitcom laugh track style. So yeah. I enjoyed Family Ties and Spin City a little bit more than the Michael J. Fox show, but I appreciate it for what it was at the time. Enviro2 says High School Musical 4 the reunion, maybe with Zach and Vanessa. They'll never do it. I think the well, first of all, they did something in High School Musical, the series. I watched one episode of that, found out that it wasn't canon to the movies, was relieved, and bounced. It just wasn't for me. But I saw the clip where they did a mock of shooting High School Musical 4 in the school, and they brought back some of the original cast, pretty much the ones that you just don't hear about anymore nowadays. You know what I mean? So they came in and they did like this fake High School Musical 4 that they were shooting. I think that's the closest you're gonna get. I don't think you're gonna get Zach. I don't think you're gonna get Vanessa back. I think High School Musical 4. I think that's way past its time. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think that we'll ever see a High School Musical 4. And you know what? It honestly might be for the best, if I'm being honest. The Lawrence Report, what's going on, dude? Thanks for joining us. He says, we do need Zach in more movies. I agree. If you're talking about Zac Efron, I think you're talking about Zach. Well, you spelled my way, but I can't expect that you want to see me in movies. So I'm just going to guess you meant Zac Efron. Travis Mitchell says, we'll know when the film was shot when we see Zac Efron's jaw. That is a good point. Although, according to Zac Efron, that's an accident that happened to him back in like 2020. So, I don't know. But that's a good point. That is a really good point. He does look a little bit... You know what? Now you've got me curious. I got to look that up now. Oh, you know what? It doesn't look like Iron Claw jaw. Wait. No, I think that's his jaw before the accident. Or the accident that yeah, I think his jaw looks fine there. You know, yep. I think we've solved it, guys. I think that's mystery solved. Yep. I'm thinking that's it. 2020 is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing they shot that. Maybe 2019. All right. We'll bring that back down. Go back to your questions. Oh, we lost connection again? Oh, we got connection again. Man, that's annoying. I don't know why that's happening. I apologize, guys. I apologize for that inconvenience. Maybe I need to do an update for OBS. I don't know. I don't know why it's disconnected and reconnecting like that. That's annoying. Anyways, apologies about that. Brandon Hornsby says, I'm pretty sure the Ricky and Nikki film was filmed last year because that's when photos of John Cena in a miniskirt was going around and people were wondering what film it's for. Ah, interesting. Okay. Last year. Huh, interesting. Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I just get the different feeling from it, but you could be right. You could be very right. Dakota Man Movie says, what is your favorite MCU character that has been introduced after Endgame? Kamala Khan. Easily. Miss Marvel. That's my favorite. Followed by Shang-Chi. And I can't remember anyone else. That's not a good sign. I like Wyatt Russell's character from, what is his name? Agent something? Was it just Agent? No, it's not just Agent. U.S. Agent? What is his name? Discount Captain America. I don't know. I can't remember his name. But John Walker, that sounds familiar. I think his name's John Walker. But yeah, the John Walker character, I really like him. I like his story. I like his descent. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with him in the Thunderbolts, to be honest with you. Once again, Michael, 2 months, dude. Thank you so much. Enviro2 says The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was great. I'm glad you like it. I understand I'm in the minority. I understand that, but it's watchable. Like don't get me wrong. Like, none of the Spider-Man movies that none of the live action. Actually, you know what? None of the Spider-Man movies I hate. Like, just flat out hate. Like, I can watch and enjoy every one of them. It's just the levels of enjoyment that I get. And Amazing Spider-Man 1, I can watch it, but the enjoyment that I get is the lowest of all of them. Travis Mitchell is saying, I think every Spider-Man film is enjoyable. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, I agree. My worst to best is No Way Home, Spider-Man 2. Ooh, wow, that's really low. No Way Home is last. Wow, okay, so you did not like No Way Home well, not at all. You said it was enjoyable, but I'm surprised it's last. So No Way Home, Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Across, Homecoming, Spider-Man 3. That is a hot take for you. Into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man. Yeah, that first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie is just like comfort food to me. Like, that is my comfort movie. I can watch it anywhere, anytime, and it just makes me feel good. I just love it. You guys are talking to each other. Toxic Gamer 331 says, what's a movie bomb that you think should never have bombed, and what's one that was successful which shouldn't have been successful in your opinion? I think I got this question the other time, and I couldn't answer it because I didn't know. I don't know what movies bombed. Movies that bombed. Let's see what just pops up and see if there's anything that comes to mind, comes to my attention right away when we look at this. So according to this list, these are movies that bombed. All right, bombed at the box office. I don't know by how much, but let's see. We got Blade Runner, Shawshank, The Thing. None of those deserve to bomb if they did indeed bomb. List of biggest box office bombs. Let's see what they got going on here. Let's see here. We got I don't recognize any of these at the moment. Ben-Hur, the 2016 one. I don't know about that one. The BFG. I don't know about that one. Black Adam. I mean, it was enjoyable, but did it not deserve to bomb? I don't know. These all so far kind of deserve. I mean, Ghostbusters 2006. Okay, 2016. So far nothing's really. I mean, Hugo is good. If that was a bomb, I liked Hugo, and I liked the book when I was growing up, so that has a big thing to do with it. Jack Frost. Oh man, I used to love that movie, Jack Frost. Probably the first Michael Keaton movie I ever saw was Jack Frost. Now that I think about it. What is on it? Monster Trucks. Oh man, yeah, that deserved to bomb. Pixels wasn't very good. I guess that deserved to bomb. I don't know. There's nothing on here that's really sticking out to me that's like, oh no, that should not have bombed. Space Jam: A New Legacy. That was not good. Out of the Shadows wasn't very great. Terminator: Dark Fate wasn't that great. I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people did. Yeah, Zoom. Zoom with Tim Allen. That shouldn't have bombed. Come on. Zoom is a classic. Certified classic. I don't know, dude. That's a tricky question. And there's nothing really on that list that stood out to me as to like, oh, that should not have bombed. So that's the best I got so far. Enviro Earth 2 says, is Echo worth watching? For me, I'd say yeah. I'd say I enjoyed it. It's very short. It's only 5 episodes, and when you put them all together and you skip the intros and you skip the recaps, it's like only 3.5 hours of viewing time. And I think there's enough in there that was enjoyable that I would say it's worth watching. But I would say the first episode is pretty bad. Maybe not bad, but it's a little bit it's a little bit choppy with the editing and the way it's put together that you just kind of have to get past the first episode. If 2 and 3, if you enjoy 2 and then you like 3, I think you'll love 4. But if 2 and 3 aren't working for you, then you should probably bounce on the show because I don't think it's going to get better for you. But that's just my opinion. I hope that you like it. Responding to Travis. Nathan's Random Movie says, I just finished filming my ranking for the January movies. What would be your ranking? Mine would be Lift, Night Swim, Mean Girls, Beekeeper, and Society of the Snow. Watch this one if you haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. For the movies that I saw, it would have to go Roleplay is the worst, followed by Night Swim, and then ISS was the best. I don't know, dude. January, this was a rough January. I really hope that Argyle puts us in the... Because here's the thing about February is we've got Argyle and we've got Madam Web. Like, is there ever going to be a good movie ever again? Of course there is. But it's the beginning of the year is not looking great. It's just not looking great. Michael 11591 says, I still have to check out The Beekeeper as well. Yeah, I have to check that out too. Apparently people really like it. I honestly, I'm just going to wait for it to hit streaming. It's just the kind of movie that makes me think that I'm going to be fine watching it at home. The View with Drew says, movies that I got for my birthday were Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zodiac, nice, Tropic Thunder, nice, Reservoir Dogs, awesome, Silver Linings Playbook, nice, Carlito's Way, I haven't seen that, and Taxi Driver, awesome, dude. Those are some great birthday movies to get, dude. Fantastic. Edwin's Video Games, what's going on, Edwin? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Good to have you here. What's up? Just hanging out with all you guys, dude. Having a great time. The View with Drew says, in the Fast and Furious Ultimate Ride Collection, which contains the first 7 movies. I think I might have missed something, but yeah, that set was expensive. I just have all the individual movies that I picked up at pawn shops for like $3. That's another response. Michael 11591 says, I like Super 8. It feels more like a Spielberg film than a J.J. Abrams film. Yeah, that's pretty true. My friend in here, Zach Attack Reviews, and beloved channel member, dude, thank you so much for being a channel member. He says, hey, what's going on, man? We got Nathan's Random Movies saying, have you watched anything recently? I saw Face Off and I loved it. I've been watching Godzilla. That's what I've been watching. I watched like 5 Godzilla films in the past couple days. Let me see if I can pull them up here. Oh, what's going on with this? Here we go. Let's see if I can pull them up here. Actually, I can't pull them up here. That's annoying. Maybe I have... Can you get Letterboxd on the computer? I feel like you should be able to. See if I can get my Letterboxd up here on the computer. Yeah, if you guys haven't been if you guys don't have me on Letterboxd, I do have a Letterboxd. I've been using it a lot more recently than I have in the past. So that's good. If you guys want to kind of get a update on what I've been doing. I don't know if this is my password. I can't remember what my password is. I don't think that I'm going to be able to pull this up. I might just have to go from my memory. Oh, crap. I think I got it. Did I get it? I think I got it. Stupid ads. Come on. All right. My profile. All right. This is very different than on the phone. All right. This might just be a lost cause. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull this up. No list started yet. Maybe this is a different one? I don't know. You know what? Forget it. I don't know. I can't remember what ones I've been watching. I think I watched... Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. I think I watched... I know I started with Godzilla and the Astro Monster, which I believe led into Godzilla and Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, which I believe led into... Oh, gosh. Did that lead into Son of Godzilla? I think that led into Son of Godzilla. Yeah. And then that led into Destroy All Monsters. And then that led into Godzilla... All Monsters Attack, I think is what it was called. So those are the 5 Godzilla movies I've watched in the past couple days. And most of them were pretty bad. Just be honest with you. Most of them were pretty bad. Toxic Game with 331 says, I'm sorry to tell you, Zach, but in Jurassic World Evolution 2, you Tank from Spoiler Kings and View with Drew all died of old age as dinosaurs. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible. That sounds terrible. I'm guessing that was the wrestling game that you have us all in, which is so cool that you have us all in that. That's a bummer, man. Man, Virtual Zach's not doing so great, isn't he? Travis Movies says, I did a review on Ted the series. I'm curious if you saw it. So on Amazon and technically the show is airing on Showcase in Canada. Maybe it's worldwide. I don't know, but it's airing on Showcase, which then goes weekly to Amazon in Canada because we don't have Peacock, at least not yet. So I've been watching them weekly. So we have 3 episodes out. Episode 4 comes out tomorrow. So far, I'm digging it. I'm laughing quite a bit. Episode 1 and 2 I thought were pretty funny and pretty fun. The third one was okay. I didn't think the jokes were all that strong. I didn't think the jokes were that great in the third one. So the third one's been my least favorite episode as of this moment. But I'm enjoying Ted the series a lot more than Ted the movies, to be honest with you. We got some people responding to each other. Love to see it. I love to see people responding in the chat, especially the Aunt May scene. Oh my goodness, what are you talking about with the Aunt May scene? Especially the Aunt May scene. Are you talking about like, oh, what's her name? Marissa Tamara Aunt May? Are you talking about her death scene? Are you talking about Aunt May's death scene? I think you are. Talks Game with 51 says happy anniversary. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. I totally just like with life and everything that's going on in life and new job and new this and new that and everything, I just totally forgot to do anything for it. So, whoopsie. Travis Mitchell says major props for not giving up on that hobby and evolving it. So many don't, and shame those who do, calling them childish, having too much time on their hands. Breaking through that is awesome. Yeah, definitely went through that phase. I definitely went through, first of all, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. I definitely went through the phase where, honestly, I think it wasn't until I hit like 1,000 subscribers, maybe a little bit, maybe 700, 800. My wife was always supportive. Like when she was my girlfriend, when she was my fiance to wife, she has always been supportive. But definitely when I was starting out and living at home with my family and shooting videos in my bedroom, and then later getting my dad to lend his office to me when he wasn't using it, and that's where I shot my first couple videos ever. Was in my dad's office, which the background and everything just looked horrible, but I was just happy to have a place to shoot videos. I definitely had family that joked around about it, and they still do a little bit, but it was more like in a harsher kind of way, you know? Like, oh, no one's watching those kind of way. Like they my family's very supportive. My family is great, but I definitely went through that period of time where, you know, I had like 50 subscribers, or I had like, you know, even when I got to like 100 or 200 subscribers, it was kind of looked down upon. It was kind of looked at as this waste of time kind of thing. And then when I hit 1,000, I think when I got monetized, that's when they started to kind of let up on it and started to kind of view it as something differently. But I definitely relate to that. I definitely see why people, if they're getting that mockery and stuff, definitely quit. I was fortunate though, because there was many moments where I could have been discouraged by people and quit. I mean, my coworkers, when I started doing YouTube and I was at my first job, which was like for a thrift store, my coworkers knew about my YouTube channel. Actually, one of my managers, her daughter became a fan of my channel, and then I would go do movie reviews, and my manager would come up to me and be like, "My daughter totally disagreed with what you said about Dumbo," and I'd have to like defend myself to my manager's daughter. It was really funny. There was a couple times like the power went out at work, so they watched a YouTube video of mine on the phone, and that could have been a moment where, you know, if my coworkers just mocked me and laughed at me, like I probably could have been done. It probably could have discouraged me, but I luckily had enough people in life that were encouraging, liked it, encouraged me to keep going, gave me some really good critical feedback. So yeah, definitely good to have those type of people in your life when you're doing YouTube as well. And it's just fun. You just got to have fun with it. And yeah, so many peaks and valleys with YouTube. So many peaks and valleys. But yeah, I appreciate the props, dude. I appreciate that. Movie Reviews with Ryan Lane, one of our beloved channel members and friend. What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for joining us. He says, congrats on 5 years. My channel celebrated its 2nd anniversary in October. That's awesome, dude. 2 years. Congratulations, man. That's exciting. Revive Earth 2 says the Percy Jackson show looks cheap, just like Reacher Season 2. I haven't seen Reacher Season 2, but I didn't think the Percy Jackson show looked that bad from the trailers, but I gotta watch the show in order to say for sure. Nathan Brand Movie says, "Oh yeah, I also watched The Holdovers, and that was also amazing. Yeah, The Holdovers. I'm so happy you liked it, dude. I should have like a thing behind me that's like, holdover lovers or something, and just like have I don't know, just have like a tally mark of each time a commenter says they love The Holdovers, and just so we can see how many people love The Holdovers. I love The Holdovers. I'm so excited it got Best Picture nominated. I hope I suspect it won't win, but I hope it wins, and I hope it wins original screenplay, and I hope Paul Giamatti gets that Best Actor, though I'll be happy if Cillian Murphy takes it. And I want Davine Joy Randolph to win Best Supporting Actress, and I think she will. I think if anything The Holdovers can win, it's her for Supporting Actress, and it's the original screenplay. But we'll see what happens. Sully Stream says, "What's up, Zach?" Well, what's up, Sully? Thanks for joining us, my friend. He says, "Are you checking out Argyle this weekend? What do you think is the best Matthew Vaughn flick? It has to be Kingsman." I would agree with the ones that I've seen. It's Kingsman, The Secret Service. I don't really like Golden Circle. And I am planning on seeing Argyle, so I'm looking forward to it. Peter Freakout 10. Well, what's going on, Peter Freakout 10? Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for being here. Say, man, what's up, Zach? Thanks for checking out my Night Swim review, working on my review for Beekeeper. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I checked out your stuff. It was real enjoyable. Keep going, dude. Keep making those videos. It's awesome. Enviro2 says Kung Fu Panda isn't like Shrek. No, I completely agree. Shrek is way better than Kung Fu Panda. Toxic Gamer 331 says the first episode is the only one I've watched of Percy Jackson. It's good and a better representation of the books than the movies. Well, that's good. I have people in my life that really like those movies, and they did read the books. So good to hear that the show is living up to it, though. Movie Reviews with Violin says, "I feel you. Breaks my mom's heart that I'm not into sports." Yeah. And you know, it's a little tough on you too, right? Like my dad really was looking forward to having a son that he could have sports with, and then I just never got into sports, and then he had another son, and my brother's not into sports, so my dad struck out twice on getting a son who loves hockey and will sit down and watch the game with him. But you know what? My sister's boyfriend kind of does that with him now, so he's gained a son through him in that way, I guess. Even though I grew up on movies, I'm sorry, I missed the context of that one. Travis Mitchell says, "I never got into sports either. For me, it's partially due to the toxic competitiveness it can bring out in people. Skateboarding is the only one for me." Yeah, people do get really competitive and kind of nasty about their sports, don't they? Never understood it. Dakota Man Movie says, "Same here, not into sports. Everyone else around me is." Yeah, man. I mean, look, if you saw me maybe if you just see me now, you don't even have to see me in high school. You'd know just looking at me I'm not into sports. You'd know I'm not into sports. But it is something that comes up in my life quite often that I have to explain. Like, yeah, you know what? I don't really care about hockey. And then all the guys in the room go, "What? You don't care about hockey?" You know, oh well. That's just how it is. And then I tried to talk to them about Godzilla -1, and they couldn't care less. The View with Drew says, "Here's a huge hot take. I think Furious 7 is one of the better movies that came out in 2015. I mean, 2015, I'd have to go back and look. In fact, why don't we do that, shall we? I would have to look at movies that came out in 2015 in order to determine some of the best ones. Let's see. Let's take a trip down memory lane. And let's see what came out. Let's not do that, Zach. Let's not do that. Bad. Unclick. Do something else. Let's see what came out in 2015, shall we? Let's see here. Okay, so obviously you've got Fan 4 Stick, which isn't great. So we can keep that one out. That's Genesis, so that's even worse, so we can keep that one out. Age of Ultron I like. Age of Ultron gets a little bit too much hate. The Hateful Eight is a Quentin Tarantino movie I really enjoy, although it's not one of his better received. Ant-Man was good. Let's see here. Ooh, you had Rogue Nation come out that year too. That was a great one. I don't know what any of these are. You got Jurassic World. I thought that was 2014. I guess that was 2015. Jupiter Ascending. Yeeks. You know what, dude? Just looking at this list, I think I'm going to agree with you. I think Furious 7 is one of the better films that came out that year, to be honest with you. Andreas was fine. We Are Friends, or We Are Your Friends, put me to sleep. I mean, yeah, then you got Furious 7 there. I didn't like Spy. I remember Spy being a big thing in 2015, and I did not care for it at all. America Ultra, I haven't thought about that movie in years. That one was, it was okay. Pixels, I didn't like. Kung Fury, that is the best movie of 2015. If you guys have not watched Kung Fury, get your friends together. Look at that. Rent it for $1.99 and watch Kung Fury. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. It's hilarious. Dead 2, not that great. Daddy's Home. I didn't like Daddy's Home. Wow, we didn't have Get Hard. Wasn't that great? We didn't have very good comedies come out in 2015 is what I'm realizing here. The Wedding Ring. No. Hot Pursuit. No. Mad Max Fury Road, though. You can't discount that one. That's probably one of my favorites that came out in 2015 for sure. Good Dinosaurs, Pixar's most forgettable film. Yeah. Furious 7, not a bad pick, honestly. I would concur. I would concur that is one of the best that came out. At least one of the best that I saw that came out in 2015. Whoops, we did a jump there. Wow, there's a lot of comments. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Enviro 2 says Josh was a douche. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. The View with Drew says the end of Furious 7 with Paul Walker tribute and See You Again was super well done. Yeah, you know what? Furious 7 was the first Fast and Furious movie I ever saw. My friend took me to see it, and like right before we went to see it, he like recapped 4 through 5 and 6 for me. So I didn't know who this Paul Walker guy was, but even that ending of Furious 7 made me emotional. Even not knowing who he was, even kind of like not really knowing that he died when I was watching that sequence. I think I found out more about his death after I watched the movie. It was really well done. It got me emotional. Nathan's Random Movies, what are your favorite film franchises? I mean, you got to put Star Wars. The MCU is probably the ultimate favorite of mine, is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a lot of franchise. Like, I really like the Scream franchise, but there's franchise in the Rocky franchise. There's a lot of franchises, though, that start off good, and then they just, like, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 are some of my favorite movies. Is it my favorite franchise, though? Well, 3's okay, 4 is nah, 5 is nah, Dark Fate is nah. So it's not really my favorite franchise. I love Rambo First Blood. I love First Blood. That's one of my favorite action movies of all time. Rambo 2, nah. Rambo 3, nah. Rambo, I like that. That was good. Hard to watch a little bit, but that was good. Rambo, the Last Blood, so I can't really say that's my favorite franchise. There's a lot of franchises just kind of like peter out, you know, like Matrix. Love the first Matrix 2, Matrix 3. Haven't seen the fourth one. So there's a lot of franchises that they have entries that I like, but consistently the franchise doesn't work for me. So that's always but Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think those are two that, like, even Alien. Like, Alien's great. Aliens is great. Alien 3, Alien Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Even the Predator franchise. Love the first Predator. Predator 2. Predators. Yeah, that one's not bad. The Predator. Nope. Prey. Love it. But can I say I love the franchise if I really only like 2 entries in it? It's kind of tricky. But those are a couple that come to mind. Toxic Gamer 331 says the only things I know Josh Peck from is Red Dawn and Ice Age. He's been in like a bunch of failed TV shows, but yeah, fair enough. And I think he acted terrible in the Red Dawn reboot, unfortunately. But he's fun as one of the possums from Ice Age. It's funny that Josh Peck is in a movie with Chris. I almost said Pine. It's not Pine. It's a Hemsworth. He's in a movie with Chris Hemsworth, and it just kind of boggles my mind that Josh Peck did a movie with Chris Hemsworth, and now Chris Hemsworth is like this big, huge A-list actor, and Josh Peck is doing podcasts on YouTube. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just very different levels of fame. But it's kind of cool he did a movie with him. Toxic with this, that was a funny moment when your mic was off. Yeah, I went on for it. I believe if you wanted to see me look like an idiot, I believe that was in when we were covering Wonder Woman 3 possibly happening. I think the title of that show is called So Wonder Woman 3 is Happening, and then it's just like 10 minutes of me talking, but you can't hear a thing I'm saying. But you guys stuck around, and I could not have been more appreciative of you guys who stuck around through that, because that was quite the blunder, man. That was quite the blunder. Travis Mitchell says, I've done lives with friends on Instagram, but I need like 50 subs to do it here. I think it gives you practice speaking and bouncing off of yourself and is exhausting for talking about, and is an exhaust, sorry, for talking about your hobbies. It totally is. Absolutely. I don't know what you mean you need 50 subs. Can you not live stream unless you have 50 subs? Is that a thing? I didn't know about that. But yeah, it definitely gives you practice. It definitely keeps you on your toes, because one thing that people don't really keep into account, and this isn't like a woe is me type thing, this is just a reality thing. When you're going through the chat, your brain constantly has to switch gears of what you're talking about. Because 1 minute we're talking about Marvel, the next minute you're asking me what my favorite flavor of ice cream is, the next minute you're asking me about what I thought about this ending of this movie, or what this, and sometimes it just takes a moment for your brain to adjust, and it can be exhausting. It can get a little tiresome. It's definitely a skill that I feel like I've been working at. I mean, this is our 74th show, which is incredible. I used to not count the Q&As as Zach Milne Talks Live, and then I just kind of got tired of that, so I now include it. So we've probably realistically done about 80, maybe a couple in the 80s of shows. So there's definitely been a lot of practice that I've gotten doing this. I hope and I feel like I've gotten better than when I started. Sometimes I'll go back and look at where I started with these live streams, and I just like, oh my goodness, like I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, it's fun. But yeah, I definitely... Anyone who asks me if they should do live streams, 100%, because it definitely got me more connected with this community when I started doing live streams. Like, it turned subscribers into a community for me. And it's probably the best decision I ever made on YouTube was to do live streams. And once again, I always got to say it, credit to Zach Guller, because I never would have done live streams. The show would not have existed if Zach Guller hadn't invited me onto his live stream for a collab. And I decided to just jump right into it, and then I fell in love with the whole format of live streaming. So thank you to Zach Guller for making this show even possible, making it exist. Toxic Gamer says, I think we can all agree that you're never boring, Zach. Aw, dude, thank you. Some of the comments I get, though, would disagree with you, but I appreciate that. That's really the only comment that I need to worry about and care about, dude. So I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much, dude. Zach Attack Reviews says, got a lot from what you said. I'm already planning changes to my next show. Oh, well, that's really exciting, dude. I'm glad that I could help out. Yeah, really enjoying your stuff, dude. And if you guys are not watching Zach Attack News live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Sorry if I got that wrong there, Zach. Yeah, definitely check it out. It breaks down the news, breaks down the box office. Really great guy, really great takes, some controversial takes, but that's the fun of it. So yeah, definitely check out Zach Attack Reviews and check out Zach Attack. I messed up the name. Zach Attacks the News Live. Is that what it's called, man? I can't remember. I gave you a shout out, so you just don't worry about it. Give me a pass here, man. Let's see here. We got the Ace Avenue saying great advice. So I'm glad that I could offer something of value, hopefully. Thank you, man. View with Drew says, here's another hot take. Avengers Age of Ultron was one of the most disappointing movies of 2015, but it was still good. I disagree. I was not disappointed by that in 2015. I really enjoyed that movie, and I still enjoy it to this day. Brandon Hornsby says, I'll be at a comic convention all weekend, so I won't be able to watch Argyle this weekend, so it'll be sometimes next week, most likely $5 Tuesdays. Well, dude, if you've got to miss it, a comic convention is like the best thing you could miss it for. So that's awesome, dude. I hope you have fun. Zach Attack Review says, I have that box set too. I have not watched it. Yeah, I mean, it's a great looking box set, Superman and all the movies and stuff, but yeah, I haven't watched the Donner Cut yet. That's the one thing I really want to see from it. Nathan Dread Movie says, thoughts on the Ghostbusters Despicable Me and Ministry of Ungently Warfare trailers. I wanted to check out the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare because it looks awesome, but I haven't seen the trailer yet. To be honest with you, I just didn't get around to it. Ghostbusters made me a little bit less excited than the first trailer, to be honest with you, but it was okay. And Despicable Me 4, the Gru Baby was kind of funny, but the rest of it I was kind of like, you know, another Despicable Me movie. I'm not too big on that franchise, to be honest with you. Toxic Gamer says Argyle only had one trailer too for some. Did it though? Why did I feel like I saw two trailers for Argyle? One sec, dude. One sec. You know what? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth to look that up. Travis Mitchell says, I do have video evidence of the pug saying Grogu. Ooh, that is a That is a TikTok waiting to happen, my friend. You could get rich off of that. Enviro2 says, what's the pros and cons to getting married and having kids? Well, I can't answer that because I don't have kids. I could answer from like observing, but that would just be wrong and false. So I can't answer because I don't have kids. The pros and cons of getting married. Ooh, my goodness, dude. Well, I mean, the pro is that I have a lovely, beautiful woman on my arm all the time, and I never go to sleep alone. And the con is, knowing one day she'll die. Sorry, this got really depressing. Knowing one day she'll die and I will go to bed alone. Okay, sorry. That was probably the worst answer I could have given you. That's I don't know why it got so dark there. Maybe we should just move on because anything I say is just gonna get me in trouble for the con, dude. I don't know. There's no cons. It's all sunshine and rainbow. No, there's sacrifices, and I don't feel comfortable spilling that all over the internet. I love my wife very much. I love my life. She's amazing, so supportive, so lovely. Getting married was the best thing that ever happened to me, and she is the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm so glad God put us together. So I'm that's where I want to end that, dude. That's where I'm gonna end that today. Nathan Jenner Movie says, how far have you made it in your Godzilla watch through? I'm 11 movies in. I just finished All Monsters Attack, which is easily the worst one so far. I am watching them all, and I'm writing my thoughts on Letterboxd. So Zach Milne Talks Movies, Letterboxd, I do have that. You can read some of my entries there for all 11 at this point. So, yep, getting through it. I'm getting through it, man. Travis Mitchell says, Zach, you're stronger than me with the Godzilla movies. I saw the 2014 one, and that was enough for me. Though I do enjoy the 90s one with Matthew Broderick. I've never seen it. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting there, man. But yeah, up until this point, now I've seen 11 of the classic movies, but I had only seen the MonsterVerse ones before this. Godzilla Minus One is the one that made me want to do it. After watching Godzilla Minus One, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch all the Godzilla movies and I'm gonna rank them for Godzilla x Kong. We'll see if that video ends up happening for real because, like I said, they moved that release date up to March 29th. So my schedule of how I was gonna watch them is all messed up. So now I gotta crunch them all, and it's just, oh man, it's sometimes it's a chore. I've enjoyed some of them. Astro Monster was actually pretty enjoyable, but some of them are just, oh boy. Dakota Man Movie says Deadpool 3 trailer coming around the corner. You know what? You guys, probably all you guys, were asking me if we're going to get a Deadpool 3 trailer at the Super Bowl, and I thought that was going to be a little bit too soon, a little bit too early, where it looks like I'm probably wrong about that because people online and the outlets and updates are saying that we're expecting to get it February 11th on the Super Bowl. So Deadpool 3, baby! We might be getting a Deadpool 3 trailer at the Super Bowl. I am so excited. You can bet your butt I'm going to be doing a trailer reaction to that. I cannot wait. Schofield Studio says, I grew up on the Japanese Godzilla movies, but I'm still not excited for Godzilla x Kong. We already saw Godzilla fight a giant monkey, and now he's fighting a monkey with another monkey. Feels lazy. Yeah, can't argue with that, dude. Can't argue with that. The biggest argument is that my big dumb brain goes, big monsters fighting, that looks fun. Knowing that it's probably going to focus on characters I care nothing about for the majority of it. I'm probably going to walk out disappointed because there wasn't enough Godzilla and Kong action, but who cares? Because right now that trailer looks kind of fun. So, but I don't blame you. All your criticisms, I don't blame you at all, dude. All I know is that after watching dudes in suits sissy fight and throw rocks at each other and do all these ridiculous things that just look so cheesy and corny, I am ready for some special effects heavy, good looking monster on monster fights, dude. I'm so ready to see it again. The Movie Minute, what's going on, Movie Minute? Thanks for joining us. He says, catch an Argyle tomorrow night. Very exciting, dude. I hope you love it. I'm really looking forward to seeing it too. I'm hoping to see it Friday. Nathan Drenner Movie says, also, I am considering doing a ranking of all 53 DC movies when Joker 2 comes out. Do you think I should do it and start my watch through now? Yes and yes. Here's something that I've learned about doing rankings. And this is something, I don't know if Sean Chandler does it, but it's something that I feel like he does. I know he does it with videos in general. So I feel like he does it with his rankings, but don't shoot them all at once is what I would recommend for rankings. watch them now. Definitely get through. There's 53 movies. Definitely start watching them now. And then write up your notes, write up thoughts, whatever you have to do. But you don't have to shoot them. Like, you don't have to sit down and be like, all right, I've blocked out an hour. I'm going to shoot the whole ranking video. You can shoot them in increments. That's what I did for my ranking of all the Zack Snyder movies. I shot that over the course of like 3 or 4 days. I want to say it was 3 or 4 days. I think it was. I know that my everything I watched for 2023 was shot over the course of 2 days. I shot a couple on one day, started editing those, and then I shot the rest of them the next day and started editing those. So definitely don't have to sit down, because if you're gonna sit down for 53 rankings, you're probably gonna talk a minute, 2 minutes for each one. You're gonna have over an hour-long video. So I would recommend doing them in increments, and finding a shirt that you can keep the continuity for, maybe wearing a hat so you don't have to worry about your hair changing. I don't know. But I feel like that's definitely made rankings a lot easier and more enjoyable for me, is to space them out with the recordings and not just sitting down and worrying about getting them through in one go. But yeah, I would definitely start watching them now. Definitely. Old Maddie says, watching Griselda on Netflix, getting Scarface vibes. Also, True Detective is not bad this year. Would like Zach's thoughts. Also, Godzilla X Kong, super psyched. I wish I could give you my thoughts, dude, but I haven't seen True Detective, so I'm sorry about that. Griselda, is that the one that Sofia Vergara is doing, where she's got like the makeup on? I think I saw the trailer for that on Netflix, but I haven't seen it. So, Zach Attack Reviews says, boo to that Bob Marley movie. The accent is not good. Ooh, all right, we got a diehard in here. All right, I'll take it from you, man. Alrighty then. That was not my Jim Carrey impression, because I do not feel good about that one. The View with Drew says, huge question for everyone. What movie from the year 2015 do you like more, Furious 7 or Age of Ultron? I probably like Age of Ultron more still, dude. I'm just an MCU guy, you know. The Matt Film Show. What's going on, Matt? Thanks for joining us, dude. Says, hey, Zach, what do you think was Disney's decision to have Deadpool the only MCU movie this year? Does it have to do with the amount of content they released last couple of years? Well, it has to do with, I do think that it has to do with the content. It also has to do with the fact that they're going back to the drawing board on a lot of their projects. I mean, you look at Daredevil, that was not going to be ready. So they had to go back and restart the whole thing, so that wasn't ready. Originally, Captain America was going to be ready, but then they're doing all these like reshoots now, like 6 months of reshoots. So now they're basically redoing the whole movie, so they got to move that. And then Thunderbolt, like the writer's strike and the actor strike also affected a lot with it too, with the scheduling and actors availability, so that Thunderbolts got pushed and all that kind of stuff. So really it all came down to yes, they do want to space out the content. I do think that's a deliberate decision, but it's also kind of a forceful decision, because I feel like a lot of their product just wasn't ready to go this year, and that's probably why they only have Deadpool coming out, because Deadpool was the only one that was on track and was able to make its full scheduling date, and will hit its release date. So kind of simple as that. Toxic51 says, so far the best new release for me this month is Badland Hunters. So far I like it quite a bit. Awesome, dude. I haven't even heard of that. So Toxic Gamer also says he's gonna head out. Well, thank you for joining us, man. The show was made better because you were a part of it, and I appreciate you, dude. Have a great night, man. Invite Earth 2 says we do need Zach Milne in more movies too. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I did want to be an actor when I was younger, but just kind of grew out of it. I don't know. Lost interest. The Movie Minute says he deserved a nom for Iron Claw. Completely agree. I wish he had gotten one, but I don't know what happened. Maybe people didn't. Maybe it just came out too late. Not enough of the Academy saw it to vote for it. I don't know, but I know Academy also gets like screeners and stuff, but they get like piles and stacks of those screeners. You think they can watch all the movies that they're sent? I doubt it. So I think it just got missed in. I think it just fell through the cracks. I think Iron Claw just fell through the cracks, and I'm disappointed. But Zac Efron can still have his day in the Oscar sun as long as he stops doing Stinky Pete movies or whatever. I can never remember the name of that stupid movie. Watch me love it. Watch me my favorite movie of the year when I watch it. I doubt it though. Invite Earth 2 says Penn Badgley deserves an Emmy for You. Well, I haven't seen You, so I can't comment on that, but I do hear he's great. Toxic was saying great stream as always, man. From a great guy. Wish you all the success. Same to you, dude. Same to you. Thank you so much, dude. Schofield Studio says the only Oscar snub I'm mad about is Godzilla -1 not being nominated for Best Foreign Film or Best Score. Well, unfortunately, the Japan didn't submit Godzilla -1 for foreign film, so it wasn't even really eligible because Japan never sent it in. That's a new sound I'm not recognizing. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully the house doesn't explode. Anyways, but yeah, no, the Japan never submitted it for foreign film. I don't know about score, but I'm disappointed. It should have gotten sound. Godzilla -1 definitely should have been nominated for sound. The sound in that movie was incredible. And I'm just happy it got nominated for effects. I hope it wins. Invite Earth 2 says, is Friends your favorite show or is it Drake and Josh? Friends is my favorite show. Friends is my favorite show. I've loved it. It's been my favorite show since I was like 12. Drake and Josh is like maybe still in my top 10, but it's more so my nostalgia show, I think. It's very nostalgic for me and I still love it to this day, and I think it does for the majority still hold up. But I mean, do I like Drake and Josh more than I like Breaking Bad? No. Not more than Friends. I don't even like Drake and Josh more than The Bear, which is The Bear is a recent show that I'm watching, but I love that show. That show's great. So yeah, there's definitely shows that I enjoy more than Drake and Josh, but Drake and Josh is like forever a special place in my heart. It's always going to be somewhere in my favorites. Travis Mitchell says, happy convinced the movie was called Stinky Ricky for a second. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Stinky Ricky. I don't know, man. I don't know. Movie Minute says Godzilla was snubbed. It was just never submitted, unfortunately. Nathan Van Movie says, are you excited for Gladiator 2? I'm very, very hesitant on Gladiator 2 because Ridley Scott did not impress me with Napoleon. I don't know how you do a Gladiator 2 necessarily, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I love the first Gladiator, but I don't know if I'm feeling very hopeful for Gladiator 2. But I'm definitely going to be there. Check it out. Zach Attack says, U.S. Agent. Thank you, Zach. It's U.S. Agent. Zach says Mission Impossible 7 should have done better. Alita Battle Angel as well. Those are good picks. MI7, yeah, that kind of underperformed. I don't think it bombed, but it definitely underperformed. Invite Earth 2 says your favorite movie is. Can you see them on screen? I don't think you can see them on screen, but that would be Back to the Future, my friend. Marty, what are you doing? Got my Marty McFly right there. I don't know what happened to his face. He got like a mark on his face, and it's bothered me for years. I don't know where it came from. But, yeah, it's all off camera. All my Back to the Future stuff is off camera at the moment. But Back to the Future is my favorite movie. Travis Mitchell says, it really sucked that Solo bombed. Not the best movie, but seeing what they could have done would have been great, and the cast did a fantastic job. You're asking the wrong person. I'm not a fan of Solo. I think Solo is one of the most misguided and also ugliest looking Star Wars movies they've ever made. That movie is just gray and bland and ugly the entire time. The color palette on that movie is consistently just gray and dark, and I hate the look of it. I don't like some of the creative decisions in it. Solo I don't like Solo. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that. I'm not glad that it bombed, but as someone who didn't like it, I'm not going to be like disappointed that we didn't get another one, I guess. I don't know. I would have watched another one, but I don't need another one. Enviro 2 says Travis responding to someone. Nathan Trying Movie says Dead Reckoning bombed, unfortunately, but it was my favorite film of 2023. Did it bomb though? Did Dead Reckoning, let's look on Box Office Mojo. Dead Reckoning Box Office Mojo. I didn't think it bombed. I thought it just underperformed. Because didn't it cross 600? Oh, no, it didn't cross 600. 568 million worldwide. What was its budget? What was its budget then? Dead Reckoning budget. So it made 568 on a budget of, oof. Yeah, okay, it bombed. I didn't realize the budget was so freaking high. 291 million? Am I looking at that right? Dead Reckoning cost $291 million? Holy crap. $291 million. No wonder it bombed. What were they expecting? Mission Impossible has like never hit $1 billion in the box office. They gave that thing $291 million? Sheepers. Oh my word! I hope that's 1 and 2 combined, but I doubt it. It's probably not part 1 and 2 combined because I haven't shot part 2 yet. Wow, I'm actually really surprised by that. Wow, $291 million. Yeah, it bombed. You guys are right. You're right. It wouldn't have really bombed if the budget wasn't so high. But wow, 291 million. Man, these studios, dude, they gotta start reeling in their budgets more. Travis Mitchell says Suicide Squad 2 should have been a smash success. It just came out 5 years too late, in my opinion. The teenagers who saw the first Suicide Squad were probably adults who had forgotten it existed. I'm guessing you're talking about the Suicide Squad that James Gunn put out. The Suicide Squad. Well, I mean, you also have to remember, the Suicide Squad had the disadvantage of coming out during a pandemic and when Warner Brothers was doing day-and-day release dates on HBO Max. So you didn't have to go to the theater to see the Suicide Squad. You could have just sat at home and watched it on HBO Max, which I think majority of people did. And the pandemic was still kind of happening. So I think that you definitely have some points there, but I think that it mostly had to do with the fact that it was day-and-day release, and that really hurt it. Invite Earth 2 says, what phone do you have, Samsung or Apple? I have an Apple 11 Pro, I think. I think it's 11 Pro. It's something like that. Every video, well, that's not true because I didn't always have this phone. Majority of all my videos, I think after probably 2021, probably 2021 to now, have all been shot on this phone. Except for live streams that get clipped out that are shot with this Logitech webcam. All my videos are made on that phone. So, thank you, phone. You've given me a lot. Zach Attack is saying Beekeeper is available to rent. Okay, interesting. I will, maybe, well, it's going to be free pretty soon, so we'll see. Schofield Studio says, do you use Streamlabs or OBS? I'm starting streaming with Streamlabs, but I think OBS might be easier from what I've heard. I have OBS. I haven't used Streamlabs. I've never even looked into Streamlabs. I've used StreamYard and OBS. Those are the two I've looked into. OBS I like because it's free and it has way more features than StreamYard does, and StreamYard you have to pay for. The only thing with OBS is that it's difficult to bring guests into, so I keep my StreamYard. I still pay for my StreamYard for when I do guests and when we do the Members Talk live show every Saturday on our members page. But for OBS, I like how you can customize the layout. I like all the features. I think it runs smoother. It definitely helps that I have an Ethernet cord. Definitely get an Ethernet cord if you're going to be streaming. There's another piece of advice for you. But I use OBS and I really enjoy it. A little bit of a learning curve, but definitely think it's worth it. Dakota My Movie says, what was a movie you watched when you were younger than rewatching now you hate? I did a whole episode of this on the Movie Going podcast with Frisky and Luke Ponto over on Frisky's YouTube channel. You can find it in the collabs playlist on my page. I have it listed in there along with all my other collabs. It's also in my 2024 playlist as something I did in 2024. One of the things I brought up on there for a movie when I was younger, rewatching it now, when Dumb and Dumber 2 came out, in 2014 when I guess that counts. I was 15. Does that count? You said when you were younger. I was younger. I was 2015. I ate the Kool-Aid. I liked it. I convinced myself that it was just as good, if not better, than the first one. As time has gone on and I've rewatched Dumb and Dumber 2, it has some bits that still makes me laugh, but overall, I don't like the movie as much as I did when I first watched it. Zach Attack Review says, what's your letterbox handle? It should just be Zach Milne Talks Movies. It should just be that. Let me see if I can bring this up again, because it wasn't working for me before. There we go. Now it's working for me. Yeah, maybe it's just Zach Milne. Zach Milne. Maybe I thought it was Zach Milne Talks Movies, but it might just be Zach Milne. I don't know. It's at Milne Movies. No, that's my Twitter. I gotta get used to this. I'm gonna risk and show my phone. That's the handle. Hopefully no one texts me right now. Really important information. So I don't know. Look for that. I think it's just Zach Milne. Must just be. All right. Well, there you go. I appreciate the interest, my friend. Low-key a little bit hurt you're not following me already, but it's fine. Invite Earth 2 says, which superhero character is the most religious? I don't know. Daredevil? He goes to church, right? I don't know. I guess. Bible Man. You guys ever seen Bible Man? You guys probably haven't seen Bible Man. That's probably a very much like growing up in a Christian household type of event. But Bible Man, he here's the thing about Bible Man is he would fight you with the word of God is what Bible Man did. Let's see if I can pull this up a little bit bigger. Bible Man, there we go. Miles Peters had everything, money, power, fame, until he lost it. Then Miles finds the power of God and harnesses the power to become Bible Man. Yeah, this guy is quite the person. You definitely want to check out his classic adventures. There he is, just like Batman, guys. Growing up, this was Batman. If you grew up in a Christian household, Bible Man was your Batman. There he is, and there's his Bible Man suit. He had a show. He had villains. Jesus Our Savior Part 1. I guess this VHS was called. Yep. Yeah, I can't remember why he had a laser sword. I think it was supposed to be the sword of God, or it was there's crap, what is it? I'm gonna look so bad now. The armor of God that you put on, and it's a sword of righteousness, I think is what that is. I think that is supposed to be the sword of righteousness, but I also know that I also think that they just know that kids loved Star Wars, so they gave him a lightsaber. I'm pretty sure that's probably more of it. Look at that, terminating the toxic tonic of disrespect. Yeah, that was Bible Man, guys. He fought against something more than just justice. He fought against disrespect. Yeah, Bible Man. Bible Man's a trip, dude. A light in the darkness. Yeah, sometimes even at like Bible Man, lead us not into temptation. Look, I'm a Christian, dude. I love the Lord. I believe Jesus Christ is our Savior. Sometimes Christian media, sometimes the things that people put out as Christian films and shows, it just makes me cringe. It just makes me cringe. It's just, oh man, Bible Man. Yep, there you go. If you never heard of Bible Man, I hope that was a good education for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. That was a fun memory lane thing. Nathan Random Movie says, have you still not seen Dune and the Dune 2 trailer? I have not. I've not seen Dune, and I'm still avoiding that Dune 2 trailer. Envirus2 says, has anyone watched Reacher Season 2? Is it worth watching? I don't know. We'll have to find out if someone responds to that. Toxic331 says, also just would like to say as well, there's actually 2 versions of you on my channel. One in the Jurassic World game where you're a dinosaur and you're a wrestler in WWE 2023. Oh, awesome. Which you're still alive in WWE, but in Jurassic World Evolution, that's a different story, aka you're dead. I'm actually gone now. Okay, well, that's cool, man. Cool to know that I'm a dinosaur somewhere. That's always fun. Zach Attack says, I think Nightcrawler, Black Panther, Moon Knight, and Hercules are the most religious off the top of my head. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I don't know. I mean, probably Moon Knight. That's probably a good one. But are they more than Bible Man? That's the question. Hey, look, Zach crossed 4 months of being a member. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for being here for 4 months. Thank you for being a member, dude. I appreciate that. Travis Mitchell says, Zach keeps... Oh, whoops. Zach keeps stumbling on comments of me getting crapped on for my Spider-Man ranking. It's what we do. Oh, have I been stumbling on those? Is that what? Maybe that's the ones I'm not getting the context for. Nathan Trying Movie says, my channel turns 3 years old on February 27th. That's very exciting, my friend. That's awesome. 3 years. Congratulations. Travis Mitchell, who's a comedic actor whose style just doesn't work on you? For me, it's Jack Black. Good actor. His comic style just kind of gets old for me. That's fair. You know, I used to like Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart doesn't work for me as much anymore, to be honest with you. I never liked Amy Schumer. Let's see here. What's another comedic? I know there's definitely ones that just like I just do not. Melissa McCarthy is very hit and miss for me. Kate McKinnon does not really work for me. I think Kate McKinnon has had some hits on Saturday Night Live, but I don't really like her in the movies all that much. So Kevin Hart, yeah, those are a couple that are off the top of my head. Travis Mitchell says 2014 was a fantastic year for film. Even the lesser films were ambitious at least. I do remember 2014 being incredible for movies. I do remember that. Let's see, 2014 movies. I just want to take a look here and see what we got. Because I do remember 2014 being a good, because that's like Whiplash. That was, yeah, let's see what came out in 2014. Yeah, you had Amazing Spider-Man 2, which at the time I loved, and I still like today. Godzilla, which I liked. I have to revisit that one now that I'm going through all the Godzilla movies. Ninja Turtles was fun for me. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was fantastic. Winter Soldier was fantastic. Transcendence, not so much. From what I hear, I actually haven't seen that one. I haven't seen 300. To RoboCop, I didn't like all that much. You had Interstellar. Interstellar's great. Kingsman: The Secret Service. You had Nightcrawler, dude. 2014 was slapping. Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014. We had X-Men: Days of Future Past in 2014. Holy crap, dude. Yeah, 2014 was the year. We had Edge of Tomorrow, Maze Runner. Wow. We had a lot of good stuff come out in 2014. Into the Storm, I never did get around to seeing that one. Wow. Whiplash, yep. Into the Woods, oh my goodness, that movie was so annoying. Wow, yeah. I concur, my friend. 2014 was pretty amazing. That was a pretty good year. I agree. Let's see here. Nathan's Random Movie says, what are some of the most overrated and underrated movies to you? We did this before. I can't really remember what I said, and I think we went through a list, but I'm not going to pull that off now. But, yeah, I can't, off the top of my head, overrated movies. There was one actually this year that I didn't get the hype for. What was it? There was one this year. Or not this year. Last year. There was a movie last year that people loved, and I just didn't get the hype for. I think Bottoms was kind of, well, no, Bottoms isn't popular enough to be overrated. I can't remember what that movie was that people loved, and I just did not get it. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Underrated, I always go for Buried with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds' movie Buried, I think, is great. And Sing Street. Sing Street is so underrated. I think that came out in 2013. Maybe it was, you know what? Sing Street? Sing Street might have been another 2014 hit. Oh no, you know what? That's crazy. Sing Street was 2016. Sing Street. Yeah, not enough people saw Sing Street. That was very underrated. I loved that movie. That was one of my favorite movies of 2016. Travis Mitchell saying, I remember We Are Your Friends had some annoying marketing with some choir chanting the title over and over. I barely remember the marketing for I barely remember We Are Your Friends. Maybe I didn't even watch. I swear I watched We Are Your Friends, though. I watched it at a friend's house, I think. Because Zac Efron's a DJ? Something like that? I don't remember. I didn't like it very much. Hey, Zach using the emojis. I love seeing those. It's almost, I think I have 2 months now until I can update these and add more. Because YouTube Studio won't let me add more emojis and make more of these little characters until I'm at 6 months for having memberships. And I think that's in about a month and a half, maybe 2 months from now. So I'm going to be able to add more of these. But they're always fun to see pop up. You got Spider-Man Zach, Crying Zach, Iffy Zach, and Excited Zach. That's always fun. Enviro2 says Deadpool 3 could be disappointing. Agree? Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. It easily could be disappointing. It easily could be awesome. We haven't seen anything from it officially yet. We don't even know the synopsis. And even if we see an awesome trailers can be bad movies. So we won't know the answer to this question until we sit down and watch it. But at the moment, yes, I do agree. Deadpool 3, it could be disappointing. I'm hoping it's not, but it very well could be. Zack Attack Reviews says, I think A24 had too many movies to promote to get Iron Claw its proper due. Past lives in the zone of interest took priority. See, that's interesting, Zach, because I saw way more marketing for Iron Claw than I saw marketing for Past Lives or the Zone of Interest. I didn't even know Zone of Interest was a thing until like the Oscars came out, or like a day or two before the Oscars came out, when there was rumblings of what might be nominated. There was a couple podcasters I listened to who started talking about Zone of Interest. Other than that, didn't see a single trailer, didn't see a single promotional thing. Past Lives, same deal. I kind of just got word of mouth on Twitter. People were talking about Past Lives and how it was one of the best of the year, so I decided to check it out. As far as marketing goes, didn't see anything for Past Lives, but I saw a lot of marketing for Iron Claw. I think Iron Claw just came out at a bad time, to be honest with you. I think Iron Claw came out too close to Christmas. I think Iron Claw was not a movie that many people wanted to see around the holidays. I mean, it's a depressing family drama. Is essentially, like, the wrestling is not at the forefront. It's mostly just a family drama, and it gets quite depressing. So I think that the Iron Claw, I think it should have just come out at a different time. I don't think marketing was the problem, though. I think the movie was pretty well marketed. I saw a trailer for the Iron Claw a lot when I went to the theaters. But also, that's just me. That's just my perspective in this area of Canada that I live in. So Maybe in your theaters you didn't see a single trailer for Iron Claw. Maybe you saw more for Past Lives and Zone of Interest. I don't know. But from where I'm sitting, I thought the marketing for Iron Claw was better than all three of those movies. Invite Earth 2, who's the hottest James Bond girl? Who's the hottest James Bond girl? Let's go to Google. Let's go to Google. Oh, man. This is going to be my watch history. James Bond girls. All right. Let's see. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I gotta erase that. I gotta get that out of here. I gotta Marvel superheroes. Make sure that I fix my history. There we go. No questions asked. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Nathan's Random Movie says, have you seen The Last of Us? You know what's funny is I really promise you, I meant to see The Last of Us. I watched the first episode. I really liked it. And then I was going to buy the box set and I was going to finish them all, or I was going to get Crave again and get HBO Max, which is crazy expensive in Canada. And I just never got around to it. I did my ranking for the end of the year last year, and I realized I just completely forgot about watching The Last of Us. So I want to watch that. I'm definitely going to watch that by the time season 2 comes out. But it's just something that fell through the cracks for me, which is a bummer because I really liked the first one, and I hear the rest of the series was amazing. Envire Earth 2 says, never seen Back to the Future. Why is it the best? For me personally, it does have to do with nostalgia. Back to the Future is a movie where my love for, well, not my love for movies, but like the magical feeling of movies. I was kind of, you know how when you're a kid and you watch a movie and there's just like this magic mystique around it, like it's there's something about it that just feels otherworldly. And I was getting to a point when I was getting older, I was like 12, but like I was getting to the point where movies didn't feel that way anymore. It didn't feel magical to watch a movie. And there was actually a point too where I watched more Nickelodeon, Disney Channel sitcoms and TV shows than I did movies. I liked those. I liked watching TV shows more than I liked watching movies at that time. And Back to the Future was the first movie I watched it in middle school, grade 7, where I felt the magic of the movies again. I just fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the world. I think it has great comedy. I think it has pretty decent romance. I think it's great adventure. I love all the characters. They're so dynamic. They're so colorful. Marty and Doc have such an interesting dynamic. I love the time travel aspect. I love the way that it's used. The DeLorean just looks so cool on screen. The music is incredible. I don't know. Maybe Back to the Future won't work for everybody. And I definitely like as the trilogy goes on, they get repetitive for sure. They definitely don't ever reach the heights of that first film but I enjoy the whole trilogy. Maybe they won't work for you. They really do work for me. They're a special place in my heart. I love them. I connected with them. I just think they're great 80s flicks. Yeah, Bible Man. Yep, Bible Man is a thing. Who is Bible Man's arch nemesis? If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Bible Man's arch nemesis is just sin or something. Bible Man villains. Let's see what the villains' names are. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Category villains. Bible Man Wick. Oh my word. What is this? This is quite the. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna put this on for you guys. What is this? Bible Man Wiki villains. So we've got Luxor Spawndwarf, Fibbler, the Wacky Protester, Johnny Capone, Ludacris, of course Satan, the Chubby Protester, and Baron von Braggart. I don't remember any of these. I don't remember any of these villains. Cypher, there was Bible Girl, of course there was. Yeah, I don't remember any of these. That's so funny. I guess there you go. I thought the villain was just called Sin, but whatever. Whatever. I haven't seen it in years. Travis Mitchell says, "Oh, I remember Bible Man. I suffered through that and Bob the Tomato being an awful friend to Larry the Cucumber. VeggieTales. I will not have you speak poorly of VeggieTales. VeggieTales was awesome. I really enjoyed VeggieTales. I still think VeggieTales is kind of fun to watch, as a nostalgic way. But yeah, the Bible Man does not hold up for me, even in a nostalgic way. Schofield Studios, he uses that sword to send people to heaven." I don't remember. I don't think he might have. I don't remember, man. Nathan Turner movies, best and worst DC movie. The best is probably The Dark Knight, right? I mean, it's hard. You can't really. Well, I mean, you can debate that, but can you debate that well? Is the question. I think it's got to be The Dark Knight. Thinking about my favorite DC movies, my favorite is probably The Batman, to be honest with you, or The Suicide Squad from James Gunn. I really enjoyed The Suicide Squad. The worst DC movie, it's gotta be like Superman Quest for Peace or something. It's got Supergirl. I think the worst is probably Supergirl. That movie was just so boring. What are they saying for the worst on here? Let me see. We got a list from Collider up here. Let's see what their picks are for the worst. We got Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. I kind of liked it, but I need to watch it again. Ooh, Wonder Woman 1984. But is it as bad as Supergirl from like the 80s? I don't think so. But Wonder Woman 1984, that's a bad one. I agree with that pick. There it is, Supergirl 1984. I just did not like that one at all. Or very little of it anyways. Suicide Squad 2016, I wouldn't put that in the worst. It's not great, but it's enjoyable. Justice League 2017 is up there, especially with like all the behind the scenes stuff with it. Batman and Robin is kind of a so bad it's good movie to me, but it's also a 2-hour long movie that doesn't have that much so bad it's goodness in it to justify it. So that's definitely a contender for the worst. I would agree with that. Jonah Hex. I've actually never seen Jonah Hex, so I can't add that one. Superman Quest for Peace, pretty terrible. But is it worse than Supergirl? I'm not quite sure. Let's see here. We got Steel. Ooh, I forgot about Steel. Yeah, I don't even think I could finish Steel. It might be Steel. Steel might be the one that I would say is the worst. And then we got Green Lantern's number 2. Okay, so he was just like the banner photo. What's their number 1 pick? Oh, Catwoman. That makes sense. You know, I've never seen it. I've never seen Catwoman, so I can't say that. The one that I've seen, I'm going to go with Steel. But I've avoided Catwoman for so long, it might be time that I change that. I might have to sit down and watch Catwoman just for the heck of it. All right. That makes sense. I guess I should have seen that coming. I just totally forgot about Catwoman. EnviroEarth, will you vote for Trump or Biden in the 2024 election? Neither, because I don't live in the States. I live in Canada. I'll be watching from afar. Yeah, Zach Attack, he luckily does not have to vote in that election. I do not. Although Canada has its own stuff to worry about in elections. Don't you worry. We got our own stuff to worry about. Zach Attack Reviews says Buried in Safe House from Ryan Reynolds are underrated. Safe House. Have I seen that one? Safe House. Why is it? That sounds kind of familiar to me, but I don't recognize it off the top of my head. Safe House. Nope. I haven't seen it. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Safe Haven. That didn't have Ryan Reynolds in it. That's not what I was thinking about. EnviroEarth. Oh, he's Canadian. That's right, A. I am Canadian, A. That's what I'm talking about. Zach Attack says, yeah, I am Canadian. Zach gotta do an incognito tab. No, I can't do that, man. She'll find it either way. And that's just not, I just can't. I can't go to sleep next to her knowing I did that. EnviroEarth 2 says, what makes a good trailer and what makes a bad trailer? Well, I mean, that depends. I mean, definitely the selection of footage and the way that it's constructed. And also how they represent the story, I guess is a good way of putting it. Like if you look at, you know who has a terrible, just awful trailer? Is the first Batman Begins teaser. I think it's the first Batman Begins teaser. If you go back and watch that Batman Begins teaser, I don't know who cut it together. I don't know what decision it was, but they make it look like a romance movie between Bruce and Rachel, and they play Nickelback's song over it. It's horrible. It's a terrible representation of what that movie was going to be. So to me, that is a terrible trailer. Like, that's a bad trailer. I would say an example of a really good trailer, probably, I mean, the first Deadpool, I think, was a really good trailer, to be honest with you, because it it gave you the sense of the action. It gave you the sense of what the character was and what you could expect from this character. It gave you a little bit of the story of his origin and why he was doing what he was doing, but didn't fully give away the movie. So, I mean, it's all subjective, of course. It's all subjective of what you like and what you don't like. Some trailers will work for others. There's also the argument of if a trailer shows too much, is that a bad trailer? Like the Castaway trailer for Tom Hanks' Castaway. Have you ever seen that trailer? It starts with him shown getting off the island. Spoiler alert, by the way, for Castaway. My favorite Tom Hanks movie, by the way. But yeah. So and you go on to say, name a movie with a bad trailer which had a good movie, and a movie with a good trailer which was a bad movie. Well, I mean, I can say a movie with a bad trailer that was a good movie. I can go with Batman Begins. I can also go with Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat, whatever you want to call it. That was a pretty bad. That was a pretty bad trailer. I would go with a movie with a good trailer that was a bad movie. You could look at Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad had an awesome trailer. The first one, the 2016 trailer. I thought the first Suicide Squad trailer was awesome. Really enjoyed it. You can also look at a good trailer. I thought ISS had a good trailer recently. Most recent, I would say ISS had a good trailer. Didn't think the movie turned out that great. So there's a couple examples from my perspective on that. Thanks for asking. Zach Attack says, I can debate The Dark Knight. Okay, dude. Okay. Look, hey, my brother really does not like well, it's not that he doesn't like The Dark Knight. He just thinks it's incredibly overrated. So if you can debate it. Absolutely, dude. I get it. Zach says, I am nostalgic for Supergirl movie, but it's bad. Yeah, I have no nostalgia to it, so unfortunately, I can just say that it's bad. Enviro Earth 2, who has the brightest career prospects? Ezra Miller, Johnny Depp, or Kevin Spacey? Fun question. Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't think Ezra Miller is completely written off. I think he will be gone for a while, you know, you haven't really seen him in the news lately because all of his shenanigans, but like it's still fresh in people's minds. So Ezra is probably going to disappear for a while, but I do believe that Ezra can come back years down the line. I believe Ezra can come back. I think Johnny Depp is still very beloved by fans, and he still has a very strong fan base. And I think the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial that happened 2 years ago did Amber Heard no favors, but it really benefited Johnny Depp. I think a lot of people were on Johnny Depp's side the entire time. I think they acknowledged the wrong that he did, but Amber definitely got the worst end of the stick. So I feel like Johnny Depp is still redeemable, and possibly Johnny Depp is already redeemed in the public eyes. So I feel like if he was announced to be in like an MCU movie or something, you wouldn't have much backlash. I think there'd be more excitement than backlash. Kevin Spacey's name is just so covered in mud. It's been drugged through the mud. The allegations were horrendous and awful. And yes, I believe his name was cleared on some allegations. I don't want to say that definitively because I'm not knowledgeable in that fully, so I don't exactly know if that's true or not. I know that something happened recently where he got, I don't know, found not guilty in one of the cases or something, but he just has so much, and there's so much public distaste for him, and he's fallen out of grace in the public eyes. If any of them was not going to come back, it would be Kevin Spacey. I think Kevin Spacey is the one that with the least brightest future, and I think the brightest future is Johnny Depp. That would be my take on those three fellas. Enviro2 says, I assume Will Smith will recover from the slap. Oh yeah. I don't think the slap was a final nail in Will Smith's coffin, you know? I think most people, not that they've forgotten about it, but I think they've gotten over it at this point. And he's got got Bad Boys 4 in production. He'll be fine. I think Will Smith will be fine. Enviro2 says, do you think a live-action Spider-Man TV show will never happen? Well, it did happen in the 70s. It was awful. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Have you guys ever seen? I might pull this up. With no sound just for the sake of it. Have you ever seen that 1970s Spider-Man? It is a sight to behold. Spider-Man 1970 show. It is awful. It is just so bad. And it makes me so sad because I really want a live action Spider-Man show, and this is the only one we have. And I think you could easily do Spider-Man on TV now, and I would love to see it, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let's see here. I might not be able to pull it up. No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it up, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll pull up Spider-Man 1970 show. We'll see if we can get images on here. Yeah, you guys ever seen this? You guys ever beheld this? The 1970s Spider-Man show? I mean, if you were growing up in the 70s as a kid, I guess you would take what you could get, but yikes. Yeah, some of this is so bad to watch. So bad to watch. I've tried to watch at least 2 episodes. At least 2 episodes I've tried to watch of this show, and I just can't do it. It does not hold up whatsoever. Yeah. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But I have hope that one day a live action Spider-Man show will happen. The only thing is that it won't be anytime soon, because as long as Spider-Man's in the MCU and Sony doesn't know what the heck they're doing with Spider-Man and their stuff, I don't think they're looking to make a live action show anytime soon. Unfortunately, I would love to have it. Find My Film, what's going on, Find My Film? Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you in here. Says Monkey Man's trailer is fire. All right, that's another trailer I didn't get around to watching. That's the Jordan Peele produced movie, right? I didn't get around to watching that one, but I hear it looks great. Invite Earth 2 says Zatanna should get a movie. Agree. Zatanna. What is Zatanna? Why don't I know what Zatanna is? I've never heard of it, honestly. I've never what does she do? She does magic? Is this the girl? She do magic? I don't know who this is. Zatanna the Ripper. Oh, okay. I've never heard of her. Oh, that's good casting. Yep, never heard of her. Sorry, man. I can't speak to that. But hey, she looks kind of cool. So I'd be down for a movie. And with that, guys, it looks like we're all caught up. I can't believe it, on the comments and questions. So that's going to do it for tonight's episode of Zach Milne Talks Live, our community night. Always enjoy jumping on here and just chatting with you guys as a community. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor to have you guys here. I had a blast. I hope you guys did too. The show is made better because you were a part of it. Definitely look out for my Argyle review dropping this weekend. We do Members Talk Live as well on Saturdays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our channel membership. So if you want to join us this Saturday, Members Talk Live at $6.99 tier on the members page, you get to appear on the show, chat with me and all the fellas about all the fun topics we got going on there. It's a blast. And yeah, all the information can be found in the description. Thank you guys once again for joining. I had a great time. Hope you did too. And I'll talk to you guys again next week. Same Zach time. Same Zach channel.